You always back.
Hello, people of the internet, and welcome to another WWE Fantasy LOG. This is the weekly program where we discuss the pro wrestling news, and then we recap the week in WWE programming, and we score it for our fantasy league. Oh, excuse me. I am, as always, your host, James Phoenix. With me, as always, are Jeff and Tiff.
Hi.
Hi.
And, of course, this week is the fallout from the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view for Raw and the continued build-up to Fastlane for SmackDown. Right. As well as the beginning of round 2 of the Cruiserweight tournament over on 205. So, lots of good things going on, lots of news. Let's dig into it, shall we?
Yeah, and for those keeping score at home, we do have one minor adjustment to the Elimination Chamber, which Jim already made off the air, but it's just 1 point to Bailey.
Yeah. Oops. Moving on. All right. So, we're going to start off with the news. There's a decent amount of it this week.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go.
Rumor mill.
Some, but not totally. We have a lot of things this week. First of all, and this was, of course, brought up on Raw and beforehand. Da!
He's Swedish now.
Apparently.
There we go. I hate when pages auto-load ads.
Welcome to the age of the internet.
Yeah, well. Would have been fine if it didn't have audio attached. Anyway.
And that was loud in your ear.
Yes, it was. Anyway, as was announced on Monday, we do have another WWE Hall of Fame inductee. This year's Warrior Award recipient will be Jarius J.J. Robertson, who is a recipient of a double liver transplant and has spent most of his life getting surgeries and fighting to deal with his liver problems. So we welcome him to the Hall of Fame, battling a chronic liver disease known as biliary atresia. He's undergone dozens of surgeries and had 2 liver transplants over the course of his young life, which is why, despite being 15 years old, he's much smaller than your average teenager. But he's got it, as seen in the compilation videos, which you can see on WWE.com and on their YouTube channel. He has a big spirit and a big heart, and we welcome him to the Hall of Fame this year, and congratulate him on being the recipient of the Warrior Award. Oh, good for him. All right. What else we got? I'll save that one for later. I don't know what else we're going to do here. I don't have...
Go down a list instead of going all over the place.
Well, I try to segue things to make them make sense. You know that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah, well, I got time for that.
Jeff doesn't have time to do that.
What's Jeff's problem?
We were all online at the same time, though.
Still his problem.
How is it his problem?
Anyway. So next up, it's worth noting, for those of you out there who are big fans of the video game Rocket League, which I encourage people to play if you haven't had an opportunity, that this week there will be some WWE-related items coming to Rocket League. Of course, they've been a sponsor of much WWE programming as of late, and they've also been making regular appearances on Up, Up, Down, Down with host Austin Creed. WWE will be coming into Rocket League later this year with in-game customization items. They'll be coming out in April, but the specificity of what these items are has yet to be released. But stay tuned for those cool items. All right, what else we got here? Moving on.
I'm of course would be more interested in the other DLCs that's coming, the DC DLC,
Fair enough.
because they're including the 89 Batmobile and the Tumbler, and I'm like, ooh.
Okay.
Among other DC vehicles, I didn't really get a good look at the rest of them, but there's probably like a Superman one in there and stuff.
Yeah. Anyway, in corporate news this week, it's worth noting that Brian Finn has been promoted to Chief Marketing and Communications Officer for the company. He was formerly the Executive Vice President of Marketing and Communications.
Okay.
And he will now oversee all marketing and corporate communications functions, including global consumer marketing, WWE Network marketing, creative services, special events, publicity, media relations, and corporate communications, and will continue to report directly to WWE co-president Michelle Wilson, who formerly held that title before being promoted. So congratulations to him. Let's get that out of here. What else we got? What did I talk about next? Let's go over here. Go there. Speaking of things WWE's been doing to kind of market themselves across other genres, of course, we did have another match of the Mixed Match Challenge this week.
Nobody is ready for Asuka.
Pretty much, Sasha Banks and Finn Balor took on Asuka and The Miz in a second round match. Miz started the match and teased tagging in Asuka and got the crowd worked up, then said, "I got this," and remained in the match. He teased a few more times. And Cole played up a near fall for Balor as nearly being the end of Asuka's streak, but eventually she tagged herself into the match at 5 and beat up Sasha Banks for a while. The men tagged back in around the 10-minute mark with Balor dominating Miz, but Asuka ran in and broke up a pinfall. Some more back and forth. Miz bickered about the referee about whether something was a 3 count when he hit a skull-crushing finale on Balor and had him pinned. Balor came back and hit a coup de grace on Miz and had him pinned, but Asuka broke it up again. Banks then applied the bank statement to Asuka while Balor had a crossface on the Miz, but Asuka countered out of the bank statement, which distracted Balor long enough for Miz to roll him up for the win. So congratulations on Asuka and the Miz for advancing in the tournament. And do stay tuned for next week when the team of Braun Strowman and Alexa Bliss, a.k.a. Team Little Big, takes on the team of Jimmy Uso and Naomi. So stay tuned for that next week. All right. What else? Let's talk about this. Speaking of TV programming, let's cover this real quick. There's been a lot of heavy rumors in recent weeks regarding WWE's TV deal in the future.
Okay.
You may have heard about this.
I have not.
There's been a lot of rumors. WWE's TV deal expires sometime over the summer in a few months' time.
Okay.
And it's been heavily rumored that WWE's programming may be leaving NBC Universal.
Okay.
Specifically, the TV deal for WWE may be purchased by Fox.
Oh, no.
It's where the Fox TV executives were in attendance at Tuesday night's SmackDown tapings at the Staples Center in L.A. Sports Illustrated writer Richard Deitch reported via social media that Fox Sports president Eric Shanks and Fox talent producer Jacob Ullman were in the front row, as well as Fox on-air personality Colin Cowherd.
And they've decided they want to put WWE programming on the TV based on what they saw at SmackDown? You know, like the empty arena?
And it's noteworthy that the executives were at the show, as Fox is heavily rumored to be in the running for WWE's television rights. They've also been named as a potential interested buyers of the company as a whole.
Oh, God, no. Oh, no, 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 no.
Richard Deitch put out a tweet noting, in the front row at last night at the SmackDown show in L.A., Fox president Eric Shanks, sports talent producer Jacob Ullman, and sports talker Colin Cowherd. And Colin Cowherd himself posted a tweet picture of himself with Charlotte and Natalya saying, first ever SmackDown at WWE. Yeah, it's worth noting that Fox would love to get their hands on WWE, given that with the sale of a large portion of their entertainment side over to Disney, Fox is looking to focus strictly on their news and sports outlets. So landing WWE would be a big boon toward the Fox Sports side of things. On the latest edition, speaking of Colin Cowherd, on the latest edition of his show on Fox Sports Radio and Fox Sports 1, as well as his show Speak for Yourself on MS1, he spoke about attending the WWE event, saying that it was like a rock concert, mentioning of the experience at the tapings, which included SmackDown, the Mixed Match Challenge, and 205 Live, saying that if you haven't gone to WWE, it's loud, there's bikinis, there's fireworks, there's onstage performance, there's a lot of interaction with the crowd. It was fun. I had a blast. It's really a professionally run organization, and it was a hoot. We laughed for 2 hours. As noted, he attended the taping alongside the aforementioned executives, with rumors of Fox having interest in acquiring WWE's TV rights when their deal with NBC Universal ends. I guess not until September that it ends. Fair enough. September. Wait, September of next year? Is that when that is? It says September of 19 here. I'm not sure that's accurate. Well, when the deal ends, he added some more fuel to the fire. He teased that WWE could possibly move when his co-host spoke about being a big fan of WWE as a kid, said he looks forward to possibly getting more involved or watching more wrestling in the future. And you should, Cowherd said. Very good sport. Coming to a network near you.
Fireworks? What the hell show did he go to? They haven't used pyros in years.
I wouldn't say years, but it's been a long time.
It's been a couple of years.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
At least.
Tell that to last year's WrestleMania opening.
WrestleMania is like the only event that uses fireworks.
Still counts.
Yeah. But if he saw fireworks at SmackDown, is WWE not telling us something?
What else we got here? So, now the interesting counterpoint to this fact, given Fox's current contracts. No further. Further. It is September of 2019. The WWE TV deal expires. So fair enough. That is apparently confirmed. It's worth noting that if Fox does manage to secure the deal with WWE at that point in time, Sporting News ran an article about this, and reportedly, if Fox were to acquire the deal, Raw would drop back down to 2 hours and would air on Fox on Monday nights, while SmackDown Live would move over to Fox Sports 1 on Tuesday nights. It's important to note there's been no official discussions at this point in time, but it's noted Fox is really interested. And according to the article, it's likely that if Fox were to acquire the deal with the WWE to broadcast their programming, that Fox would choose to pass on their would pass on renewing their current TV deal with the UFC.
Ooh. Damn.
The UFC deal expires at the end of this year, December 31st of 18.
So the 2 hour thing is probably the only positive to come out of potentially Fox buying this. Because I'd be okay with that.
Because supposedly both WWE and the UFC are looking for up to $400 million a year for their TV rights, but Fox is more likely to fork that over for WWE versus UFC, because Fox is currently paying UFC about $120 million a year.
Which is funny because UFC, I think, it could potentially make more money for Fox. It potentially is making more money for Fox than WWE ever could.
Well, either way, that's the current situation.
Excuse me.
Speaking of TV deals, though, it is worth noting that the WWE did sign a new French TV deal this week.
Oui, oui.
With L'Equipe.
Okay, then.
The WWE and L'Equipe, the leading French free TV channel dedicated to sports, announced today a new agreement to broadcast Monday Night Raw on free-to-air TV in France beginning March 10th. L'Equipe, la chaîne L'Equipe, will air a 1 hour version of Raw at 10 a.m. on Saturdays with additional re-air on Saturday nights, all with French commentary.
Suck on that, Dana White. Even the French see WWE as a sport.
So, we are delighted to partner with WWE, renowned all over the world for its high-quality TV program, said Arnaud de Courset, L'Equipe TV director. La chaîne L'Equipe is happy to offer Raw to its viewers, which is a mix of spectacular sport and entertainment. And Michelle Wilson, WWE co-president, equally said how thrilled WWE was for said contract.
Mm.
Raw will also be available on Equip's TV Everywhere platform for authenticated subscribers and on its 7-day VOD catch-up window.
Mm-hmm. How much of a middle finger would that be to Triple H from Vince McMahon if Triple H just sold WWE to Fox? You thought you were getting my company? Ha!
Well, realize
Hmm.
you have to realize one thing. That would kind of. But it depends. We'll have to see because that's not till September of 19 that would go through, and the launch of the XFL isn't until 2020. So it would be kind of close. So Vince might still be in control at that point. He may decide to sell it, but even if the company is sold, it remains to be seen whether Triple H and Stephanie would go with it and continue to run the company, even if they didn't own it.
Yeah, but Triple H, he doesn't want to just run it. He wants to own it.
Well, if he wants to own it, he's welcome to buy majority stock in it. I think they don't have Vince McMahon levels of stock, but if Vince McMahon were going to sell, it would be a large quantity of stock. So they could try to buy up extra stock, try to, between himself and Stephanie, get a decent stake in it, so they would at least have a say. They'd at least have a spot on the board.
Mm-hmm.
And let's be honest, Fox would be stupid not to keep them on board to run the thing, because what the fuck do they know about running a wrestling company?
About as much as Ted Turner?
Exactly. Which is why he hired Eric Bischoff to run it for him.
We saw how well that worked out.
You mean when it beat the ratings against WWE for like 6 straight months?
Yeah, because it was fresh and new until everyone under the sun realized Bischoff has about as much clue at what to do with his wrestling stuff as Ted Turner did.
No, Bischoff knew exactly how to do with this wrestling stuff. Bischoff made WCW a success. It only started failing when people like Russo and shit started coming in and ruined everything Bischoff was trying to do. Bischoff is a wrestling booking genius. Listen to his podcast sometime and you'll see that.
Yes, putting every single one of his talent in the same stable is so genius.
Yeah, that went a little overboard, but you know what? It was popular at the time. And like I said, that was in the latter WCW days. Bischoff brought in the original NWO and made it huge. It was in those latter days when Russo and people started taking over that it started becoming shit.
True. When
there started being too many cooks. Because remember, Bischoff wasn't employed by WCW for a period of time at the end there. You have to remember this. There was a period of time near the end where Bischoff was gone for like a year.
Yep. I would also say Bischoff doesn't know how to run a business. He probably does now, but back then he had no idea what he was doing. All he knew is he had a blank checkbook from one of the wealthiest men in the world, and he just kept using it without realizing or learning how to actually balance said checkbook and not spend all of WCW's money.
No, but that's it. It didn't matter because Ted Turner had bottomless pockets, so what he spent was worthwhile because it got WCW over. Paul Heyman's the one that doesn't know how to balance a checkbook.
I would say they're both very similar in that they're both very smart in terms of wrestling and booking. Complete shit when it comes to handling money.
Yeah.
Also, Bischoff, not very good at contract negotiation, considering he handed absolute power over to half the roster. It's no, you don't do that. You're the guy in charge, you idiot.
Supposedly that's not true. From what some guys like Kevin Nash and stuff have said in interviews, I think it was actually the Table for Three he was on. They've talked about how that's a very heavy rumor that's going around, but that's actually not true. They all had some level of creative control, but it wasn't nearly as bad as the dirt sheets and as rumor the intervening time have made that out to be.
Fair.
But yeah, the point here is that Bischoff was relieved of his management position in September 10th, which is when they brought in Vince Russo and other people to work on the show, and that's when it went to shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, WCW was losing money before that, yes. And it's not to say that Bischoff didn't make some bad decisions. He did, but he also had a booking. But like I said, he was young and he did what he could to keep the show on the air. He made some mistakes, yes, but he still beat WWE in the ratings for a long amount of time. You can't do that without being a genius fucking booker.
Yeah, but the biggest proof is when Time Warner bought out, or Warner Brothers, whatever, bought out the WCW, and when Bischoff no longer had the bottomless pocket and checkbook of Ted Turner, all of a sudden the company just started to lose money because Bischoff didn't know how to not spend money. Because he was so used to having the money, he just didn't know how not to spend money and literally spent all their money. That's why they were losing money. That and, with the whole Russo stuff, he was spending money basically they didn't have, and then they didn't know how to manage the company properly and brought in Vince Russo, who, they kind of let run unchecked.
It wasn't that. It was Bischoff was doing what he thought he had to do to keep the company up. He was a booking genius, but the problem is WWE came back with Mankind, The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Vince storyline. There was no possible way to compete against that. It just wasn't going to happen. That was the problem, is he was doing great for a while, but that pushed WWE, and when Vince pushed back, there wasn't much Bischoff could do about it, because WWE just had too many big storylines going on that people wanted to see. I mean, Mick Foley, remember the night Mick Foley put butts in seats because, everybody tuned over to watch him win the world title. That's not to say Bischoff didn't make some bad decisions, but there was a limit to what he could do to compete against the WWE when they started gaining that level of momentum. And then they just made it worse by getting rid of him and bringing in other people. Yeah. And the bigger problem was that WWE was built on older guys like Hogan. They didn't really build up their younger base anymore. Really, even DDP was an older guy. Booker T was in prime, so they had him, but they really didn't have a lot going on in terms of that strong younger talent coming up. So,
and they pissed off all their younger talent like Jericho.
Some of them, yeah. So it was simply what it was. So, a few bad decisions, yes, but at the same time, it was simply a matter of not being able to compete against WWE's just massive momentum at that point.
Yeah.
So it was what it was.
We'll see what happens with the WWE. Like I said, I still think it'd be a massive middle finger to Triple H. Be like, "Oh, son-in-law, you thought you were getting my company? Ha! No, I'm giving it to people who know less about this business than you."
Yeah. It is what it is.
And be like, "No, father."
Yes. Look in your heart, you know it to be true. Anyway.
No, it's impossible.
What else?
It's not true.
What else we got here? Let's see. Let's fire this one up. So there's also been some dirt sheet rumors flying around about Rey Mysterio as of late.
Yes, and that goes into the big rumor mill that I wanted to go into.
We're going to get there in a minute.
Surrounding John Cena.
Yeah, we're going to get there. So there was some follow-up stories to a tweet yesterday in regards to Rey Mysterio being backstage at SmackDown this week. Later, so apparently that's not totally true, but apparently he has been in talks with Triple H regarding a WWE return.
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly they're getting well. He's close to returning. Exactly in what capacity remains to be seen.
All right. Well, he wants the sort of kind of Brock Lesnar treatment, although he probably wouldn't be as arrogant as Brock. But supposedly he wants a part-time deal so he can go do projects. He kind of wants the John Cena deal. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, he wants to be able to work indie dates and other things, which makes sense.
Yeah. And I think that's fair, especially since he's, given his age and the fact that he's a legend and stuff like that. I think putting him on a legend contract, I think, would be in the realm of possibility.
Yeah, definitely.
But the thing is, WWE wants him to come back full-time, at least for a little bit, which I could understand why they would want to do that, especially seeing how great a shape he was in at Rome. They're like, oh, fuck, he could work a full schedule.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, supposedly he has a meeting scheduled with Triple H to discuss a contract, but the timing of this depends on Triple H clearing his schedule and finalizing a date for that meeting. Mysterio is seeking a very different deal than WWE usually offers its performers, as he does not want to wrestle full-time and is also interested in having the flexibility to pursue outside non-WWE opportunities.
I think Trips would do that with the caveat of, you could do that, but anything we use, you can't use outside of WWE, like music and stuff like that. I think Ray would agree to that.
Yeah, makes sense.
Because obviously WWE is going to want to maintain and retain control of anything they create and or use for Rey Mysterio within their squared circle.
Of course.
Like, I'm sure they own the rights to Booyaka.
Probably. It was rumored. There was a rumor flying around that also that Rey Mysterio could be a potential opponent for John Cena at WrestleMania.
Well, one of three rumors. There's been no confirmations on any of them, and it has me really worried.
Okay.
Because that's one potential rumor The second one, of course, is Undertaker, but then there's also the unsubstantiated rumor, that Undertaker's completely off the table and it's not happening. He's not coming to WrestleMania, period. And then the third one is potential reason behind why he was added to the Fastlane match, which is to put the title on him, make him the 17-time champion, and all the crap that comes with that. But more than that, to put him against Shinsuke at WrestleMania. And I'm like, no, fuck off.
No, that's. I don't think there's any substantiation to that rumor at all. According to a recent story, let's see. The details will be finalized at the end of the week, and then no, that was not that. No, all right. Supposedly, despite the recent rumors of Rey Mysterio as a potential opponent, the latest on John Cena's WrestleMania 34 match is that as of this week, the plan was still for him to wrestle The Undertaker. The interview on Raw where Cena referenced the match against Taker only to squash it by saying it isn't happening is reportedly to throw people off the scent for a few weeks, since his storyline at the moment is that he's constantly trying to get on the card but isn't succeeding. Furthermore, he's booked into the six-way match at Fastlane where he needs to win, so whoever he does end up ultimately facing is a topic that can't be pushed until Fastlane is over. But right now it's still scheduled to be The Undertaker.
Because, like I was going to say, I've seen several different news stories talking about all three of the possibilities. And when it comes to Undertaker, I've seen some news stories where they're like, it was that Undertaker's been ruled out for WrestleMania, that literally he's not even going to be at WrestleMania. So I was like,
yeah. Yes, but those stories were proved to be unfounded.
Oh? I didn't see anything that said it would prove to be.
I've seen a number of articles where there were initially reports that Undertaker was off the table and that Rey was the alternate option, but then there were reports contradicting that, saying that no, Undertaker wasn't off the table. It's still planned to be Undertaker.
Yes, there are conflicting reports. That's what I'm saying. There's nothing been substantiated. There's just all these different reports flying around, and we don't know which one is the true report, if any of them. Because we could all be wrong, and all of them could be false.
They could be, but they could be. But the thing is, there's absolutely no reason whatsoever for Cena to come out on Raw and mention The Undertaker if that wasn't the match.
Because Cena is the guy who will come out and address shit about the fans. Like, you remember his promos against Roman Reigns when he's talking about the heel turn and stuff. Why would he mention that if he had no intent of doing a heel turn? It's because he wanted to troll the fans, because the fans have been saying it for a while, and he's like, well, I'm just going to use it as part of my promo.
Right, but at this point, I don't think WWE would have let him, because him mentioning The Undertaker just fuels that fire. They wouldn't have let him go out there and say that if that wasn't to already hint that, they wouldn't have let him go out and talk about, a match with The Undertaker if that wasn't the plan to inevitably happen. They wouldn't have even addressed it if that were the case, because they wouldn't have wanted to bring up Undertaker and get it in people's minds in the first place.
That's fair. Speaking of Undertaker, do you have the Undertaker news?
What Undertaker news?
The fact that he was reunited with someone special outside the ring.
Yeah, him and Kane did something. I saw that. I didn't really.
He showed up at Kane's rally or something like that.
Oh, cool.
For his mayor thing, so he showed up there. So there was a picture of him there with Jacob.
Nice.
It was kind of cool.
Jacobs.
Sorry, with Jacobs. Yes. So yes, Taker and Kane reunited for the first time in how many years, but outside the ring.
Long time.
Yeah.
Moving along.
So apparently they're actually friends outside the ring.
Yes. Speaking of WWE superstars or ex-WWE superstars doing things outside the ring, by the way, this is fun. It's worth noting that the Netflix show Ultimate Beastmaster has been renewed for season 3.
Oh, I heard about this.
Ultimate Beastmaster. It's international reality competition series. The 9-episode next round will feature more than 100 competitors from 9 countries and a quartet of new hosts, joining Tiki Barber, Anderson Silva, and others. Each of the episodes follows competitors taking their shot at running the Beast, which the streamer calls one of the most physically demanding obstacle courses ever devised. A Beastmaster will be crowned at the end of each episode, and in the final episode of the season, the 9 individual winners from each episode will compete against one another for the chance to become the ultimate Beastmaster. The 9 countries taking part are the US, the UK, Australia, Germany, Brazil, Italy, France, South Korea, and Mexico.
So to become they become the ultimate Beastmaster, does that mean whoever wins the competition must then face off against Brock Lesnar?
They should. Let's see. I mean, they should, but he wouldn't show up.
Yeah, because they wouldn't be able to afford him.
Exactly. So it's worth
And
noting that the
for
new,
two other WWE superstars.
yes, the new hosts for season 3 are MMA fighter and WWE alum CM Punk, who will be
The U.S. host.
with the U.S. host, the U.S. team.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Yep. We also have for the UK team, actor and former WWE grappler Stu Bennett, aka Wade Barrett.
I hope he uses that when he's like talking to people, like when he has to announce eliminations. I want him at least wants to be like, I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
You know, along with sports journalist Kate Abdo, singer actress Danny Minogue, and media personality and former rugby player Nick Cummins are for the Australia team, and radio TV host Mickey Beisenherz and actress Janine Mickelson for Germany. All 9 episodes will launch globally later this year. Executive producers on the show include Kevin King Templeton, Yang Yam, David Broom, and of course Sylvester Stallone.
Mm-hmm.
Adrian.
Yep, I'm still waiting for Mr.
What was
Bennett.
that again?
That was my terrible
Exactly.
Sylvester Stallone impression.
Yes, I'm waiting for Mr. Bennett to return to the ring because he has said he would like to.
I'm sure he would. I don't doubt it. Anyway, moving along. What else we got here?
Make it happen, Big Nose. Make it
Yes.
happen.
More things going on. Here we go. I like this one. So here's the interesting. Let's talk about NXT for a minute.
Nope.
Mhm.
So, you might have heard this week that WWE announced an update to their suspension policy.
Mm.
Specifically, there was a revelation that WWE drug tests in WWE differently than those in NXT. Notably, the fact that when somebody is drug suspension on the main roster, it's publicly announced, whereas if an NXT star is hit with a drug infraction, it is not publicly announced.
Okay.
And it's unfortunately begun to create a bit of an atmospheric problem in NXT.
Okay.
Specifically because of the fact that they hold everybody to the same drug testing protocol, but don't announce those for NXT. There started to become this concern that basically
Yes.
anybody who misses time for anything in NXT, whether it be a minor injury, a personal leave of absence, or a health issue or whatever, are now being, rumored to have failed a drug test if it's more than 30 days.
Hmm.
And for some absences that might be true, but by not making the test public, it's grouping the innocent in with the guilty for anybody that's gone for a period of time.
Hmm.
And so it kind of becomes an issue about who is and is not guilty of drug tests for that.
Yeah.
Can hurt someone's reputation, certainly. So that is unfortunate. Speaking of illicit substances,
Over to the big dog.
no, we don't have anything for him this week.
Oh. Fair.
If something happens to the big dog, we'll let you know. But we have something else this week.
Okay.
Let's see here.
So who's juicing this week?
Well, it's not juicing exactly. It's worth noting that this past Tuesday, WWE Hall of Famer Tammy Sunny Cinch was arrested on charges of contempt of court and fugitive from justice.
Okay.
As of this writing, she was in a Monmouth County, New Jersey jail with a $6,000 bond, according to the Sheriff's Office website. A bench warrant was issued for her arrest on August 22nd after a court decided to revoke her probation. Mike Johnson of PWI Insider reported that the bench warrant was issued for her after the court revoked her probation. TMZ has followed up with more details. According to police record, 45-year-old Sunny, real name Tammy Cinch, was busted in New Jersey on January 23rd around 8:53 p.m. Now, mind you, keep tabs on the dates here. On January 23rd around 8:53 p.m., which that incident was Cinch's 4th DUI citation that we know of.
Okay.
but Sitch got into more trouble on February 2nd. That's less than 2 weeks later.
Mm-hmm.
When she was involved in a car accident in New Jersey around 8:52 a.m. That's 9 in the morning. When cops say she fled the scene but was tracked down and later cited for DUI again.
Okay, then.
As well as leaving the scene of an accident.
Wow.
So that puts her total DUI count at this point at 5, with 3 DUI arrests in 2015 alone, and 2 now. So don't expect to see her anytime soon. Yeesh.
Hey,
What
Jim.
else? Yo.
So apparently we have a chat window in YouTube for this thing.
We do?
And apparently the flamboyant one is actually trying to talk to us through said chat window, according to female correspondent down there.
Oh, hang on. I'm going to. The flamboyant one is also on Skype, so I'm going to take feedback from him
Yes.
over there, so he can message me over on that location.
I don't know how to access said chat window on YouTube.
Basically, if you just go onto YouTube and not through our account, but just look up the actual streaming video in our events, the chat will be on the right hand side, I believe. If I recall correctly, how that functions.
I'm not going to do that because then I'm going to hear you twice.
Well, you can mute the video, you idiot. But anyway, don't worry about it. In the meantime, let's continue on. What else we got here? So I mentioned this on Thursday night while we were here, but I'm going to mention it again because we are kind of close to it. If anybody out there has a little money they're looking to blow.
In this economy?
In this economy, it exists. WWE is auctioning off some autographed and specialty merchandise related to the 25th anniversary. It's currently available on eBay. You go over and find it. You can check out, look for WWE's eBay seller account, and you can find it over there. And let's take a look at the items here. If you want the exact URL, it's www.ebay.com/rpps/collectibles-events/25-years-of-raw. So.
Again, link will be down below.
Yeah, I'll stick it there at some point. Anyway, featured items currently available for bid. In no particular order. We have a Stone Cold Steve Austin vest signed by Stone Cold Steve Austin. It's a replica vest currently at $365 with 28
not
bids.
One that he actually wore?
No, it is a replica.
Oh.
We have the signed Absolution half T-shirts of both Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, which you could bid on. Sonya Deville's is currently at $405 with 81 bids. Mandy Rose is currently at $830 off 70 bids.
And people say Absolution isn't over.
We had. Let's see here. What else we got over here? We've got a signed piece of the ladder from Finn Balor's ladder match at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn back in his NXT days. That's autographed by him. That's at $810 off 35 bids.
Just still weird to me that they just took the ladder from that match and carved it up and was like handed all the bits to Finn. Was like sign.
We're not signing the actual ladder bits. The ladder bit is in a frame with a little certificate thing and a picture of Finn, which is signed. We have a replica Money in the Bank briefcase signed by Carmella, currently the highest item at $2,250.
That still boggles my mind.
Off of 78 bids. We have an Intercontinental Championship replica belt signed by The Miz for $880 off of 53 bids.
If I can afford that, I'd want that. We have
an Extreme Rules custom folding chair with the Hardy Boys on it, signed by the Hardy Boys for $217.50 off of 29 bids. We have a signed Asuka NXT TakeOver action figure for $107.50 off 41 bids. A Raw 25 autographed commemorative mini Universal Championship belt for $321 at 45 bids, signed by DX and some other assorted legends.
Razor Ramon,
King and JR on that as well. We have an Alexa Bliss autographed signature piece of the ring canvas from the night that she won her second SmackDown Women's Championship. That's at $585 at 86 bids. We have a 25 years of Raw chair signed by the same legends at $510, 30 bids. We have a Roman Reigns autographed 2015 piece of the ring canvas from when he won the Royal Rumble match to go to WrestleMania in 2015. That's $320 off of 48 bids. And interesting, I believe if I have looked at this correctly, yes. Currently the item with the most bids at 94 bids. Currently at $935.56. You can get an autographed piece of the base that Braun Strowman broke over Elias's back about 2 weeks ago.
I still find it funny that piece of the ring from the event and the match where you completely booed not only Roman Reigns, but The Rock out of the building. And you people are willing to spend that kind of money for that signed by Roman Reigns, the guy you booed out of the building. How does that make sense?
Who knows? But you're going to go check out all those autographed items now. You can get them. Bid on them now. If you have the money, the bidding will be going on for another just under 2 days. Just expires that Monday at 10:28 p.m. I'm assuming that's Eastern time. So definitely go bid on those. It's worth noting there will be another batch of items up for bid during WrestleMania week in about a month's time. So definitely check back around WrestleMania week. We'll cover that auction when it happens.
Actually, if that's the time you see it is Eastern time, because it always shows it local time for whoever's looking at it.
Oh, that's helpful. Fair enough. So definitely check those items out. All right. We got that done.
Yeah.
Speaking of fun WWE things, these are great. I'm going to go ahead and put these up.
Okay.
Let me see if I can get this open here. See what we got. Let's check these out. These are fun. I can figure out a way to do this so that I can do it properly. Hang on, let me see here.
Do it properly.
Shut up, jackass.
Okay.
Shut up.
You call me the jackass?
Yes, you're a jackass. What's your point?
Well, if the shoe fits, right?
So, WWE went out of their way this week and made several WWE parody posters for Oscar-nominated movies.
All Disney?
No, none Disney.
Wow.
One Disney. Let me correct myself. One Disney.
Coco?
No.
Because that's like the one nominated.
Aladdin.
Well, if you don't count that short, animated short, that is the one nominated movie.
No,
for,
there's
like,
another
Best
one.
Picture.
There's another one.
Okay.
Frozen.
Guardians.
No, that was years ago. No, and no. We'll get to it. In the meantime, we're going to go through this one at a time. First of all, this is the greatest Strowman.
That's hilarious. Featuring
Featuring
Slammy
the Slammy
Award
award-winning lyrics of Get These Hands.
Yes. This breathtaking musical chronicles the rise of a starry-eyed opportunist, Braun Strowman, who dreams of dazzling crowds from across the globe with awe-inspiring physical feats, spectacle beyond imagination, and the ruthless destruction of anyone who dares oppose him. The soundtrack includes such unforgettable songs as A Million Screams, Rewrite the Scars, and the empowering Not Finished with You.
Wow.
With Braun Strowman, Roman Reigns, Alexa Bliss, Brock Lesnar, and Kane.
Yep. All right, next up.
Next item up for bid.
Yeah, we got a lot. They're fun. These are fun. These are fun. All right, we got this one next. We've got this. Because I'm full screening it to you, I have to grab the text first so I can read it after I put the thing up. All right, let's do this one. Image on that. There we go. Put this over here real quick.
You must read it.
I do. All right, next up. Let's put a screenshot up on this one. Where the hell is it? There it is.
Whoa.
This is Ilana. I will emphasize that's
A perfect
Sorry,
resuscitate gift.
A knockout, a perfect Rusev gift. That's by the Bulgarian Bugle. A crushing tragedy, so entertaining you can't look away. That's by Rusev Wire.
Intimacy.
Relive
What is this a parody of?
There's an Oscar movie that's
I,
something.
Tanya.
Yeah, I, Tanya, the Tanya Harding movie.
I didn't know that was a thing. Fair enough. Wanda Rusev and Aiden English.
Relive the scandal that rocks sports entertainment as a ravishing Russian immigrant, Lana, finds herself embroiled in a plot involving the sudden crushing injury of one of her WWE rivals, Becky Lynch. Was the unconventional competitor responsible, or were other forces at work?
I would watch that. Also, that needs to be her ring gear.
It's good ring gear. I like it.
Someone needs to make that for her ring gear in 2K18.
Yeah. So what else we got here? What's the next one? I want to save that one. I'm going to do that one last. Let's do this one.
So someone actually made money on the Tanya Harding story, huh?
Yeah.
No.
All right, here we go.
And it starred Margot Robbie, I think.
No, does it?
Yes, it does. I believe that's accurate. All right, here we go.
Take her.
That's great.
Of course, you can't tell that is of course the Logan poster.
That is great.
No, I didn't much notice until you pointed it out.
Yeah, me neither.
All legends must end. After years of battling the forces of evil in a world that fears him, the unbeatable last outlaw, The Undertaker, takes refuge from the outside world in Death Valley. Yet, when he meets a young woman who shares his talents, Asuka, the legendary hero is drawn out of hiding for one final journey.
Oh, that is great!
Oh,
my God,
I'm
that is
surprised,
great.
Jeff. I'm surprised you didn't do a spit take over there.
I just about did. That is great. I want to see this movie. That is great.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
Oh my goodness.
We got a few more. Let's see what else we got here.
WWE films make these happen.
Yeah, what else we got? Whoa, jump, Jesus jumping around.
Oh, that's the other thing. If Fox buys out WWE, does that mean they would own WWE films for their non-existent film studio?
Theoretically, yes.
Would they then sell off WWE films to Disney since they have a non-existent film studio?
Possibly. All right, what else we got here? Let's get some of these other ones out of the way here. We got this one.
See, I'd be okay with that. Disney producing and directing WWE superstars' movies, that would be amazing.
That'd be interesting. All right, we got this one.
We know they already know how to deal with it because Batista.
Yep. We got this one.
What?
Roman J. Reigns, Esquire.
What is that based on?
I don't know. Tiff, help me out.
It's it is a movie. It's starring Denzel Washington. Something J or whatever Israel Esquire.
A mild-mannered lawyer, Roman Reigns, has spent his whole life shielded by his social activist beliefs in a small legal firm. But when an unforeseen tragedy forces him to transfer to a larger firm, he has no choice but to become a big dog in the courtroom.
It's actually called Roman J. Israel Esquire.
Well, that would be why, then. Despite his new corporate position, however, he strives with hound-like determination to change the legal system for good.
Fair enough. Oh shit, they're making a sequel to The Equalizer? I didn't think it did that well.
Apparently it did.
Huh. Who knew?
Now we knew.
That's funny.
Right,
I was going to say, if this is supposed to be a movie about a lawyer, why didn't they just put, what's-his-face on there instead of Roman Reigns? But now I know why.
Yeah. All right, what else we got here? Let's see. Trying to get these in the best order. Okay. Okay, this one is not bad. I kind of like this one. I'll do this one next.
Yes! Make that happen!
The jetpack
William
William
Westington Ellerby Daycare, aka WWE Daycare, is turned upside down with the arrival of a brash baby in stunner shades, voiced by Sasha Banks, who teams up with three like-minded toddlers, voiced by Bailey, Becky, and Charlotte, to start a baby's evolution in this hilarious action-packed animated comedy.
Yes, make that movie. Oh my God, that'd be an amazing movie. So far, that's the best movie premise I've seen from what they've put out, and I like a lot of what they put out, but that one, that's amazing.
That one's pretty good, but there are still a couple more to go here. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Jumping the hell around, Jesus! I want this one.
Really, Boss Baby is up for Oscars?
Animated picture.
So is Coco.
Yep. Okay.
Her Coco.
What if they have a Coco one in there that's featuring one of the luchadors or something?
They should. Oh God. Oh God.
Just three billboards outside Suplex City.
You'll note the billboards at the bottom. They say
Eat,
"Eat, Sleep, Conquer."
Yes.
And you'll note that those awards noted in the corner are all relevant matches that Brock has won.
Yeah. They could have found a better picture of Brock because he looks so disinterested in that photo. It's like, why am I here?
Yeah, well. After the mayor of Suplex City, Brock Lesnar, goes missing, a vocal advocate, Paul Heyman, becomes a thorn in the side of local law enforcement, Demon Kane, when he repeatedly defaces three billboards just outside of town demanding justice.
Also, do you notice the silhouette behind them and behind the three billboards?
Kind of, sort of.
You don't know what that is, do you? I know what that is.
Mm-mm.
That is a state. That is the state of Minnesota. Because
you mean the actual
from Minneapolis.
Oh, you mean the thing that they're actually in? Yes, that's obviously
Yeah.
Minnesota.
That's hilarious.
I didn't realize that was what you meant. Well, that was the idea. All right,
like
what else?
that.
That's a good one. What else we got here? Let's see. I got two more. As soon as they load. Jumping around. Jumping around. All right, let's see. We don't want that. Whoa, Jesus. Okay, let's see here. Whoa. Whoa.
Easy.
Now, pictures keep loading and making the page jump around. We already did that one. I think we only have two left, right? I did that. Yeah, we have two left. And I know which one I'm saving for last because it was the first one I saw. So we're going to do this one next. This one kind of wrote itself.
So WWE did all these?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Well, actually, oh crap, hang on a minute. I forgot to grab the description for this. Sorry. I fucked up.
You fucked up.
I did, I fucked up.
Fucked up.
Let me grab this. Okay. Okay, let's do this again. All right, this is pretty good. This one kind of wrote itself. This one was kind of a given. It's not the most clever title, but if you were going to make this, you kind of saw this one coming.
The booty and the
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see here. Booty and the Beast. And I quote him. Try the pancakes. They're not for dorks. Don't believe us. Ask the forks. In this breathtaking live-action take on a classic tale, two provincial dreamers, Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston, encounter a gruff loner, Big E, in his inflatable castle. With the aid of a few anthropomorphic pieces of furniture, they discover that true booty isn't on the outside.
You have Big E, Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, Connor, Victor, Tyler Breeze, Fandango.
Yeah, the SmackDown tag division, basically.
Including Rusev Day. So Rusev is in 2 movies, apparently.
Yep.
And English. So Rusev Day's in 2 movies. Wow.
And we move on to the last one and the best one.
Okay.
This is the first one that I saw because the involved superstar sent this out on his Twitter earlier today.
I don't know if you can get better than the legit Boss Baby. That was gold.
Oh, you can. Trust me, you can. You're going to love this. This is amazing.
Okay.
This is the best one.
Okay.
I give you the deletion artist.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. The wonderful
As you can see, it's an audience full of Matt Hardys.
tribute to the Woken Warriors who
I just
treat
did-
so magnificently and so delight and fail
Fail so delightfully that they
Thankfully,
render all others obsolete.
obsoletes from the Woken
Well-
Weekly. I love he's in different ring gears too. That's amazing.
He is. He made sure that he was appropriately timed. Step inside the mind of one of the most enigmatic creators of his generation, Woken Matt Hardy, whose fascination with bringing the Great War to the big screen alerts friends and loved ones to his unique condition. It's a biographical tale of wonder and delight as this exquisite mastermind risks it all to delete the doubts of critics, family, and those within himself.
That's pretty good. That's actually up for an Oscar?
Yes,
Wow.
yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah, Disaster Artist. It was a
Which
big
is
deal.
based off?
I would, being it's Disaster Artist, it's the Disaster Artist movie about the making of The Room. James Franco's movie.
Okay, that one. Wasn't it titled different?
No, it's called The Disaster Artist.
Hmm.
That was the name.
That's not what I thought it was.
It's The Disaster Artist. I'm going to take a wild guess that it's up for Best Documentary.
Ah, fair enough.
Or something like that. If you consider that a documentary, I'm not sure. It's up for something. Anyway, yeah.
Maybe
Also-
James Franco's up for like Best Actor or something.
Might be. I could see that too.
Because doesn't he play?
He
what's
does.
his
He
face?
plays Tommy Wiseau.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Yeah, it's worth noting, by the way. Let me see here. Hang on a minute. That Woken Matt Hardy tweeted that poster out earlier,
hmm
noting, and I quote him, "I would like to thank hashtag House Hardy, the Academy, and at WWE, and all of my wondrous Woken Warriors for this prestigious honor. This is merely the beginning. Hashtag Oscars."
Nice.
So there you go.
I don't know. I still think Legit Boss Baby is my favorite one. That was just too good.
It was pretty good. I'll give you that.
That's that of all of them. That's the movie I'd want to see, and I haven't seen the Boss Baby. But as soon as you read the description, of it, I was like,
There you
"That
go.
sounds like a legit movie. I want to see that."
Yes. Also, since
Also,
I
Taker.
yeah, Taker's good. Also, since I ended on it, speaking of Woken Matt Hardy,
Yes.
yes, we're going to take a momentary sidestep into the 7 deities here for just a second.
Okay.
Because now I believe, was it you, Jeff, who commented to me about the Elimination Chamber? Specifically when Woken Matt Hardy chose to respond to Brace Crab Rock with a round of applause.
Mhm.
Yes,
Was that you that brought that up, Jeff?
Yeah.
it was him because you two were the only one in the conversation. That was at the
No, but
last
it was
recording
before
for
we
the
were on.
Elimination
But I meant
Chamber.
before. I didn't realize you mentioned it on the air because I know we talked about it before we
I
were on
did.
the air for the review. Well, it's worth noting that Woken Matt Hardy again went on Twitter earlier this week and noted that to make it official, that when my hashtag Woken Warriors and I give our adversary a non-sarcastic standing ovation after they perform a signature taunt, it shall now be known as the Woken O.
Okay.
So that's official. So that's a Woken
Matt.
O if that's occurring.
Fair. So he's gonna try to make this a reoccurring thing.
This is going to be a thing.
Oh, God damn it, Matt.
Yeah, well, it's a thing. Get used to it. Alrighty, so there we go. And that just leaves one last bit of news, which has probably some of the most relevant news of the week, the big story.
Hmm.
And that's what the hell is going on with Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
So, at first, it was currently unknown why Lesnar wasn't on this past week's Raw, even though he was scheduled to be engaged in some sort of confrontation with Roman Reigns as they build toward the WrestleMania match. They also continued advertising him as late as Monday, and while they have false advertised before, it's not really common for them to do so so close to a show airing. Meltzer, grain of salt, stated that he doesn't know what happened, but that Brock is also not scheduled for next week's show, but is supposed to appear in 2 weeks in Detroit. He also added that Reigns' comments toward Lesnar weren't a shoot, but were obviously scripted, and that a similar situation with Lesnar happened a few years ago before his contract negotiations. Alvarez speculated that it may have been a creative way to get Reigns cheered, and that it could be related to Lesnar appearing with Dana White over the weekend, with WWE playing off of that. Let's see. There's been some interesting conflicting information here. All right. In a follow-up to that, Brock Lesnar was reportedly not even backstage at Raw, and there's some thought that he may have actually no-showed the event. It's not clear exactly what the issue is, but with Lesnar's contract coming to an end, there's speculation that it could be related to that, as a similar situation played out a few years ago with Lesnar disappearing as his contract was coming to an end. What else?
I think it's more likely what you mentioned to me. It seems the most plausible.
We're going to get there. Consistent with the previous reports, the plan yesterday was apparently, for Monday night rather, was for Brock and Roman to engage in a lengthy back-and-forth segment that was going to take place during the second hour of Raw. It was to include Lesnar calling Reigns a bitch, but obviously that didn't happen, as Lesnar wasn't even at the show, and neither was Heyman. In a very late rewrite, Reigns was given the mic time alone, where he cut a promo on Lesnar, speaking to Brock's inconsistent schedule and lack of respect to the fans and fellow wrestlers, while putting over his own tendency to wrestle regularly, as well as speaking to his lineage. This solo promo wasn't in the script. Much of what he said was approved by WWE officials. Where Brock is concerned, his absence from the show, in which he was heavily advertised, remains a mystery. He usually arrives very late before a Raw and keeps to himself in his own private dressing area, so his absence even shortly before Raw was not a huge surprise. However, Heyman is the complete opposite, arriving early and making himself and his advice available to other talent who come up to him for insight. Why the two were not at Raw is unknown, but certainly related to Sunday's incident where UFC's Dana White posted a photo on social media showing him to be with Lesnar while WWE's Elimination Chamber was underway. While Lesnar was in Vegas, it's not clear whether the picture itself was from yesterday or if it was taken in the past, but only posted on Sunday. In any case, Lesnar missing Raw could likely be chalked up to one of three things. A, he no-showed Raw as some sort of negotiating tactic or to gain leverage when dealing with his soon-to-be expiring contract. B, he upset officials by appearing in the Dana White phone when they told him not to come. Or C, it is a storyline to perhaps try and turn him heel and give Roman momentum as a face ahead of their clash at WrestleMania. Bless you.
Yeah. Or D, what you said, which again makes the most sense.
We're going to get there. WWE.com made reference to Brock's absence and even stated that they reached out to Heyman for a comment but were unable to reach him. That seems to support the theory that it's a work. Either way, Lesnar's next scheduled appearance is in 2 weeks, and if he's not there, we can probably conclude that something significant is happening. Let's see. According to Meltzer, again, grain of salt. Still not completely clear what happened with Lesnar and Heyman last night on Raw, but he says he's been told that the goal of build-up toward Lesnar's match with Roman is to try and get Reigns cheered before it culminates with him winning at the pay-per-view. The most likely scenario is that even though Lesnar and Heyman were written into Raw, someone came up with the idea to tell the two not to appear on the show because they wanted to sell the interview situation, and in fact, the entire storyline is a shoot heading into WrestleMania, having to adjust enough time for the writers to rescript and reshuffle around some segments. So we'll see.
Okay.
Let's see. Got a couple more here. Hang on. No, copy, paste properly. There we go. Oh, yeah. The other, on a side note real quick, of course, Brock was meeting with Dana White over the weekend in Las Vegas, Nevada, regarding his future in the sport. His WWE contract is set to expire after April, so he's beginning negotiations. It's worth noting that White mentioned in a recent interview that if he were forced to place a bet, he would predict Lesnar will fight again inside the Octagon at some point in 2018. So we'll see how that plays out. He still has several months remaining on his suspension, so he wouldn't be in the Octagon before the fall, but he could still be there. It's also worth noting, however, that Brock's purported opponent, light heavyweight champion John Bones Jones, had a scheduled hearing before the California State Athletic Commission, and in regards to testing positive for performance-enhancing substances. And he talked about taking a tainted supplement that resulted in his positive test for the aforementioned fight. And the CSAC ended up revoking Jones' license and fining him $205,000, or 40% of his purse. What that means is that they chose to revoke him instead of suspending him, which would likely have been more than a year offense. Now he'll await the results of his USADA hearing and reappear before the CSAC to get his license back. But the CSAC predicted that the USADA will give him an 18 to 24-month suspension based on the case he presented before them today. But he could face up to a 4-year suspension due to being a multiple-time offender. So that throws the potential of who Brock's opponent might be into question as well.
Fair.
In regards to Brock's situation, however, something is apparently still in line, because WWE is currently advertising Brock for the upcoming WWE live events. Bless you. Stop.
Jeez
Impossible.
Louise.
All right, I tried to mute before it happened, but you kind of can't stop those things.
No.
Anyway, WWE is advertising Brock for the upcoming live events in Chicago today, March 3rd. That has Saturday, March 3rd, and then in Minneapolis on March 9th. He's scheduled to face Kane in singles actions at today's house show at the United Center in Chicago, and was scheduled to fight The Miz in a champion versus champion match at the 3-9 house.
And we lost Jim's audio. You're still muted. We can't hear you. Well, you have an audio, Jim, so you have fun with that.
Nope.
You can obviously
Guess you're
hear
having
us.
some technical difficulties there, people.
Now, he can obviously hear us. Obviously, his headset, at least the speaker part of it, works. I don't know. His mic is apparently...
Hello?
There it is.
Weird. Anyway.
So he was scheduled to fight who, where now?
Well, he was scheduled to face Kane in singles actions today at the 3-3 house show in Chicago, and scheduled to face The Miz in a champion versus champion match at next week's 3-9 show at the Target Center in Minneapolis. He's not currently advertised to work Raw in Milwaukee, so the Chicago and Minneapolis dates are his next officially advertised shows. His next advertised Raw date is on the 12th in Detroit. So, despite recent storylines, Paul Heyman has gone online and confirmed that Brock Lesnar will be in Chicago this weekend. WWE erased any doubt as to whether that would happen by promoting the tweet by Paul Heyman saying that he and Lesnar fully intend to honor their contractual obligations, and that the official WWE website ran a story regarding Lesnar's appearance in Chicago this weekend. So, apparently that was... Apparently that went through. So I don't know. So it seems like this is leaning toward the idea that it may be a work of Brock not appearing. So it's hard to say. The other rumor was that because Brock's contract does stipulate a number of dates, he may have used up all the appearance dates leading up to WrestleMania, which is why he walked out on Raw when they refused to give him more money.
That seems like the most likely explanation, unless it's a full-on work. In case,
yeah,
bravo.
Let's see here. Yeah, let's see here. Well, I'm checking over here on this other site just to check this out. There is this. Oh, away! God damn it! That's that. Where is this shit? Jumping around. What the hell? That was that. Now, where the hell was... Oh, so it wasn't. Okay, go over here. Let's see. Come on. There we go. Let's see. Okay, so it's worth noting that Brock was at the Chicago event today, and he did face Kane and defend his Universal Championship doing so. It was apparently a squash match, but it did happen. According to somebody on Twitter, it was less than a fucking minute. And Lesnar hit an F5 and retained. Being generous, three German suplex, not even an F5. But it was an F5. Okay.
So the match was completely pointless.
Yeah, basically. He went over Kane in like a minute.
Wow.
So he was at least there, so that would lend credence to the fact that specifically televised dates that Brock has run out of. Then the whole thing on Raw may have been a work. And that's news. Jesus.
It took about an hour.
Anybody still out there in internet land? Hello?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Hello?
We're here. Can you hear us?
Hello?
Hello.
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 Hello?
Oh, great. Now his speakers aren't working. That sounds
Anybody out there? Tiff, can you hear me?
Hello. You could hear me just a minute ago.
There we go. Why does
Hello.
Hangouts keep disconnecting from my headset? What the fuck?
Get a new headset. We could hear you just fine, so this time your speakers went out. You need a new headset, dude.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Tiff. Yeah, it's not the
Okay.
headset. It's Hangouts disconnecting from it because it's never done that on Skype. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Anyway, so that is the news for the week. Let us move on to the programming.
1 hour later.
Yeah, well, we got a lot of news to cover. What can I tell you, buddy? Shit happens.
Not cover as much news. Maybe have it in order instead of jumping around all over the place.
Yeah.
Have yourself organized before we get online.
It is organized. Like I said, it's just which story I click and move over to read. It doesn't really, it's not going to be any faster if I do something in order or not. It's just whatever one I'm clicking. So it doesn't really speed anything up. Anyway.
Excuses.
Anyway. Let me just real quick here do just that 1 point for Bailey. Okay. So as you can see, currently in the lead at 50-59 is the Blissful Ride of Justice, off of an almost 400-point gain at the Elimination Chamber. Actually, no, more than a 450-point gain at the Elimination Chamber. In second place is the Balor Club Worldwide at 49.02, followed by me, the Woken Beast Slayer, up there at 37.41. 37.41.
You didn't add the 1 point for Bailey.
I already hit the refresh.
But you didn't retype it, did you?
What do you mean?
The score. It doesn't refresh the score that you typed in because you typed it in. Under Elimination Chamber?
Isn't he reading it off somewhere?
My assumption is you didn't retype the score, or, remove the 1 and add the 2.
You're right, 42. Okay, fine.
Because it's manual. It's not automatic, you idiot.
Whatever. Anyway. Over on the leaderboards, Cedric Alexander still in the lead by 1 point. Holding on to the lead there. 427. Roman Reigns right behind him at 426, followed by Seth freaking Rollins at 414. Braun Strowman, the monster among men, clocking in at 373, followed by Finn Balor at 361. WWE Champion AJ Styles coming in at 351, followed by the US Champ Bobby Roode at 316. Asuka clocking in at 314, the Empress of Tomorrow. One half of the Raw Tag Champs, Cesaro, clocking in at 292, followed by Sami Zayn at 279. So let us get into the week's programming. Here. All right. The February 26th edition of Raw came from the Honda Center in Anaheim, California. We open things up with a little look back at Elimination Chamber, and then the show opens with WWE Women's Champion Alexa Bliss coming to the ring alongside Mickie James. Alexa cuts a promo about how she amazed herself last night by winning the first ever Women's Elimination Chamber match, and says that she also wanted to give credit where it's due to Mickie James. She begins trashing Asuka and saying she'll be the one to beat Asuka's undefeated streak, and talks about Nia Jax beating her last night. Asuka comes out to interrupt, and Alexa makes fun of her inability to speak English very well. Then brings out Nia, who comes down. Asuka strikes first, attacking Alexa and Mickie, but then Nia drops her. Asuka grabs Nia for a choke, but Alexa and Mickie get back up and beat down Asuka. Bayley and Sasha run in for the save, but Nia clotheslines them all down and takes control. Asuka starts fighting back against Nia with kicks, but then she gets hit from behind by Alexa, and the three heels all leave together as the faces recover in the ring.
Which make no
This
goddamn
is a ring
sense.
match?
Hmm?
I thought didn't you just start with like a promo or something? Or
Yeah,
was
it was
I
just
sleeping?
a beatdown. It wasn't a match. It was just a beatdown in the ring.
Okay, now I got it.
No.
I guess I
Yeah.
didn't remember that part.
Yeah, but is
Oh,
it me
yes,
or
now I remember.
is it me or does this just make no goddamn sense that all of a sudden Mickie and Nia are all of a sudden Alexa's friends again? It's like, wait, what? How does that make any sense? Jim, hello.
I seen this.
I don't know.
I seen this part and automatically figured out that it was going to be a 6-woman tag team match
Yep,
because you could see it coming.
yep. I'm like, what the hell? It's almost like the writing team again has no originality because it's like you've done this already before, and you did a storyline that makes this make no goddamn sense. Because you had Alexa literally turn on both of them, or you actually had Nia turn on Alexa saying, I want the title shot. And she's still on that quest to get that title shot, yet now she's friends with Alexa again. And the Mickie James makes absolutely no goddamn sense that she's with Alexa, considering Alexa completely fucking turned on her. And Mickie just forgives her? What the hell? Like, this booking is just, no. This is terrible booking.
No. I wonder if you fell asleep over there.
I don't know. Actually, going into the Elimination Chamber, I think it would have made more sense and would have been an interesting twist if somehow Alexa managed to side with Absolution, since Paige can no longer going to do in-ring stuff. Put Alexa with them as the heel faction. That would have been interesting. But no, they're just going back to ye old status quo, and it just makes no sense with the story they've presented, at least in my opinion.
It kind of does, because the thing with Nia makes sense because Nia's trying to get into the title match, so it makes sense for her to stick close to the champion. Because the last thing she wants is any more contenders getting close to the champion.
Yeah.
And in the case of Mickie, Alexa gave her a speech a few weeks ago pointing out to Mickie, look, all these new girls are coming in, these Absolution girls, all these other people are coming in here and try to to take over the women's division. That I know you don't like me, but the fact of the matter is, I've been here for a while doing my thing, and you're a veteran, and all these new girls are coming in here taking all the opportunity. Why don't we go ahead and get rid of them so we can take back our division?
Yeah.
And I guess it worked.
Yeah, like I said, in my opinion, kind of poor writing, poor storytelling. Because again, she turned on Mickie, and Mickie was just like, "No, fuck you, bitch," and all of a sudden she's okay with it now. I mean, speech notwithstanding, because okay, it was a good speech, but still, it's like yeah, you make some valid points, Alexa, but you still fucking turned on me. I don't trust you. But no, apparently she trusts her completely. And I'm like, what the fuck? I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Fair enough.
Anyway, score away.
All right, then. So, yeah, so all the, let's say, so Alexa is going to get a promo to start with.
And
We're going to get there. Hang on. One thing at a time. And then all the women involved are going to get assault points. And Bailey.
Okay, where did
And Mickey.
Salt is 4, so that should be
And Naya. And Sasha. And Asuka, I forgot about. Okay.
Alaska, Bailey, Naya, Salt. Then who else was there? Yeah, Mickey James. 61. Missing somebody, Sasha.
Asuka.
Sasha wasn't there.
No, Asuka. Sasha was there too. Did you do Asuka?
I didn't do Asuka.
And she's the one you're missing.
Tiff is
I
not
did
ready
do-
for Oscar.
I did do Bailey. Bailey wasn't there, was she?
No, Bailey was there.
It was the three of them.
It was Bailey, Sasha, and Asuka, and then the other
Yeah.
side was Alexa, Mickey, and Naya.
Okay. Now go back to okay, I think I got it. But go back to Alexa. You have I have 186.
Okay. She should.
You-
Alexa, she should be getting 5 for a promo and 4 for an assault.
Yes, and she was already at 147. At 177. Plus the 5 is 182. Plus the 4 is 186.
All right.
I'm pretty sure.
No, it's fine. Moving on.
No, what do you have to say?
No, that you're right. That's why I'm moving on.
Okay.
So we go to a commercial. When we come back, and Kurt Angle has booked this into a 6-women's tag match.
Yeah.
Playa.
Playa. Said women's match ends with a face victory as Asuka taps Mickey James out to an armbar.
And now I'm completely fucked in the Raw Women's Division because I have absolutely 0 faces on Raw.
How do you figure?
I don't have any face women on Raw. I literally don't. My one face woman just heel turned, so I have no faces now.
Okay.
Well, actually, I have one, but she doesn't fucking wrestle. Because she's too busy being a goddamn statistician.
Yeah. Accurate.
And apparently they're deciding fuck Absolution because the premier heel team right now is the Alexa Squad.
Yeah.
So I'm completely fucked.
Yep. Sucks to be you. Anyway. So yes, the faces won this match, so we will score the heels first. So Nia Jax did not have any moves. So Nia Jax is going to get 5 points for being in a match. And then, let's see. Mickie James gets 5 for being in the match and 2 moves is 7 points to Mickie. So we're at 167. And then Alexa is going to get herself 5 points for being in the match and 1 move is 6 points to Alexa. 192. On the face side, let's see here. Sasha Banks gets 15 points for being on the winning team, 5 for competing, and 1 move is 21 points to Sasha, and Bayley has the same, actually. I'm going to do Bayley while I'm up here. 97.07 puts her at 217. And Sasha. 21 is 31, 234. And then Asuka is the winner. She'll get 20 for winning, 5 for competing is 25, and the winning armbar is 26 points to Asuka. 36 plus 9 is 345. All right. Yeah, it's worth noting that during the course of this match, Sasha attempts to make a tag, and Bayley jumps off the apron and leaves her hanging. Leading to a stare down between Sasha and Bayley post-match. So Bayley's here? It's like heel turning?
I don't know. I still don't see it as a heel move, but I don't know. How did the crowd react?
I don't know. I don't see the first hour of Raw.
I don't remember.
Because I don't see it as a Bayley heel turn, because let's be honest, Sasha was the one that's been acting heel the entire time, so she kind of deserved it. And to me, that's kind of a face move, being like, all right, I've trusted you how many times, and you've turned on me every single time. We're supposed to be best friends, so fuck yeah. I'm perfectly okay with that. That does not say heel to me at all. That says,
Well,
hey, you're
really
finally wising up.
Not really considering Sasha turned on Bayley in the Elimination Chamber match, so she's just bringing that back on her, saying, okay, well, you betrayed me, now I'm going to betray you.
Well, she's turned on Bayley 2 pay-per-views in a row, because she turned on her in the Elimination Chamber, and she eliminated Bayley in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, but the Royal Rumble is like every woman for himself, and so is the Elimination Chamber, really. Every woman.
Yeah, except when every woman is staring down Nia Jax, apparently. Because every woman in the Rumble eliminated Nia Jax together. But we digress. But yes, so basically what we're saying is, no, not a heel turn, just you deserve it. You deserve it.
Yeah, apparently it takes a whole ring full of women to take down Nia Jax, but apparently it only takes 1 Roman Reigns to defeat Braun Strowman.
Yeah, what the fuck? Actually, no, it took Braun Strowman getting his ass kicked by literally every man in that ring, and then having to go through every single one of them and eliminating every single one of them for Roman Reigns to actually be able to defeat him.
He kicked out of a shield bomb and a 4-man pinfall.
Yes, but that all still did a lot of damage, to the point that when it came down to him v. Roman, basically Braun was already so hurt that Roman just had to hit him a couple of times and he was done.
You mean done? You mean he was done when he immediately got back up and destroyed Roman?
Yeah, I know, booking. But I think that's kind of what they were going for. Not that I agree with it, but I think that's what they were going for, is the fact that, because you have to remember, when Braun first came in, every single man in that match fucking hit their finisher on him in succession. So he took a lot of punishment, and the shield bomb, and the pylon, and more finishers, and Roman Reigns hitting 2 Superman punches and 2 spears, and yeah, he took a lot.
And he still got up for the majority of that and eliminated 5 men.
Yes, which he should have won that match. I completely, wholeheartedly agree, but I think that's what they were going for.
Anyway, the Chamber match was not good for John Cena, who proceeds to make his way out to the ring to cut a promo, where he says that he has to prove himself, and so he's putting out a WrestleMania challenge to The Undertaker. The crowd reacts in approval, and Cena says it's time for them to face off at WrestleMania, but that match is not happening. He doesn't make the matches, and he's been told that match is impossible. Cena says now everyone understands how disappointed he is, and his road to WrestleMania is now through SmackDown, so he's going to go to SmackDown Live tomorrow night to earn a spot at WrestleMania.
That was actually a legitimately good promo by Cena.
Mm-hmm. Promo to John Cena. Okay. Excuse me. Next up, Bray Wyatt comes out to the ring.
Okay.
Oh, shit. Huh.
What?
Idiot. No, there was another match here that I didn't see because the guy didn't bold the match title.
Oops.
Oops. Not that it's a huge deal, but...
We'll just score it live.
Yeah. It's Bray Wyatt versus Wendy Slater.
Squash match?
Pretty much. Rhino... basically, Slater... Wyatt attacks Rhino before the match, which prompts Slater to attack him. He goes back with an elbow. Rhino comes running in, but Wyatt stops him with a side suplex. Wyatt then begins freaking out as the crowd chants delete at him. Then he continues beating on Slater, hits his sister Abigail. He then sits in the corner and gets on a mic saying this is Matt Hardy's fault for making him hurt these innocent men. He says the Great War is far from over and Matt will have to face him again. He tells Matt that he's coming for him and to run.
Oh, yeah, I did see this. So, hey, I finally get some victory points for Bray. Woo!
Yep, so...
And promo points, too, apparently.
Yeah. So it doesn't say he pinned it, Wendy. I'm assuming he pinned him.
If it was a match, I assume he did, too.
I don't know. Guys are known to just abruptly end matches that didn't have an ending, so I don't know. That's why I'm asking, because I didn't see it.
Oh, is this match with Bray Wyatt? And
yes.
Yeah, he got pinned. It was done by like a Sister Abigail or something.
Okay, just checking. So in that case, Rhino will get accompaniment.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's 74 for Rhino. Heath Slater will get 5 points for being in a match.
He moves. Not that I care because I don't think I have him.
And then Bray Wyatt will get 20 for being in a match, 5 for winning it, and 1 for the Sister Abigail. There's 26 points to Bray. 196 for him. And then a post-match promo is another 5, putting him at 201.
Confusing myself here.
Don't confuse yourself now.
No, I keep... Whenever you start scoring, it's like 20 points, 20 points. And I keep having to go back over to the score sheet just to figure out where you're getting all the... Like, because you've written them out yourself, I know that. But I just have to keep reminding myself, oh, okay, well, that's where he's getting it from.
Well, I mean, I say outright, it's 20 points for winning a match, 5 for competing in the match, and 1 for the move.
But I still have to look at... For some reason, I still have to go back and look at the sheet and... I'm thinking it's like... Well, that can't be right for some reason.
Why can't it be right for some reason?
I don't know. Anyway, let's continue. It's done, it's over with, I got it.
The Miz and the Miz Siraj come out to the ring. And the Miz gets on the mic and talks about his road to WrestleMania and why he thinks he's the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time, plugging his new TV show, Miz and Mrs., and before complaining about being treated like any other superstar, and complains that he has no merchandise like the other wrestlers, and it should be him facing Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania because he could beat him. He complains that Kurt Angle is treating him unfairly, before Seth Rollins comes out to face Miz in a match tonight. So, a promo to the Miz, first of all.
Dummies.
Miz. And Miz has a non-title match against Seth freaking Rollins.
And loses.
You have some good back and forth stuff, and but Rollins does come out victorious off of a frog splash.
Are we scoring anything for the Mr. Rush?
Well, they did. I'll give them accompaniment points because they did come out and accompany Miz to the ring, so we'll give them accompaniment points for now.
Yeah, and you're going to get further points too.
We're gonna get to that.
I just remembered.
I always say I know. I always take the programs one step at a time.
I know that.
Otherwise, I get myself confused, and I don't want to do that. That's why it's easier to just go one piece of the show at a time and then add more points to people as we go, so we know what we're doing.
I guess it's easy enough to get yourself confused now, isn't it?
That's why I take it step by step, day by day. Let's start over a different kind of way.
Step by step. Nope. Ooh, baby.
You guys are... What song are you guys going by?
What song are you going by?
Girl.
That one.
It's called Step by Step.
By the New Kids on the Block.
Yep.
Step by step, you baby.
No, I don't know. I don't know that song. I never listened to New Kids on the Block. I was singing the theme song to Step by Step, the TV show.
I know. I think the New Kids on the Block song is better.
Which is fair. I know nothing about the New Kids on the Block.
I don't remember the theme song from Step by Step, the TV show.
Which is fair enough. Anyway, so post-match, Finn Balor comes out and interrupts Rollins' victory celebration, and we're informed that The Miz now has to face Finn Balor in a match by order of Kurt Angle.
I missed something. Apparently.
Does Rollins laugh at this?
Probably. Doesn't say, but I'd imagine he does.
We scored The Miz, right?
Yes.
Did we score Seth?
Well, we didn't score. You're right. We didn't score the match points. You're right. You are correct that we did not do the match points. So Miz gets 5 points for being in the match, and 3 for moves is 8 points to the Miz.
Miz.
Miz. Is 263. And Seth freaking Rollins will get 20 for winning. He'll get 5 for competing is 25. And 7 moves is 32 points to Seth Rollins. Uh, 42. I think it was 446 for Seth Rollins. All right.
Not by.
What now?
He had how many points again?
He had 414.
How many?
414.
No, I mean in terms of your calculations.
What?
The match points. How many match points did he have?
He gets 20 for winning. He gets 5 for competing is 25, and he had 7 moves, which puts him up to 32.
Yep, that's
not. Puts him at
446. Where did I get 487 then? Wow.
What?
No, keep going. I'm messing up over here.
Clearly.
Hey, I'm trying to keep it fun.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't fun for The Miz. The Miz then had to have a one-on-one match with Finn Balor, which he decided was not worth the effort required, and immediately had the Mr. Raj triple team Finn Balor right after the opening bell rang. That led to the club coming down for the save, the Good Brothers. But Kurt Angle appears on the screen and says, "No, we're not doing this. Everybody that's not the 2 competitors is ejected from ringside. And Miz, if you refuse to compete tonight, you're not going to have a match at WrestleMania. So get to it." So that's technically interference for the Miztourage and for Gallows and Anderson. And ejection for all four of them, technically. So let's see. That's going to be, let's see. Interference is 6. So 16 points to all four of them. Because it's 10 for an ejection and 6 for the interference. That's 140 for Bo Dallas. And also 140 for Curtis Axel. And Carl Anderson is going to go up to 97. And 4 is 201. And Luke Gallows is going to get 16, and he'll go up to 67. And 3 is 171. All right. So the opening bell rings again, and then Miz and Balor proceed to have their match, which results in a Finn Balor victory. So for this match,
Quite over there for winning the match.
what's that?
Jeff. I said Jeff's quiet over there for winning the match.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I already knew he won, so.
You didn't woohoo.
We're
Woohoo.
usually over there like, woohoo!
He is. Anyway, Miz gets 5 for competing in this match, and 1 point for a move that he hit is 6 points to the Miz. Da Miz.
Mm-hmm.
Duh, miss.
So 6, that puts him at 269. Meanwhile, Finn Balor will get 20 points for winning this match. He'll get 5 for competing in this match, is 25. And he has 9 move points, which is going to put him at 34 points in total to Finn Balor.
Woo.
Let's see, 60, 70, 80, 91, and 4 is 395. All right. So after we clear all that out of the ring, are you good, Tiff?
Yep.
We have a Roman Reigns, who comes out to the ring to cut an amazing fucking promo that I'm giving him pipe bomb points for.
I can agree with that.
Because Roman comes out to the ring and says, you know, the guys in the back don't want me to tell you this, but I'm going to be straight with you. Brock Lesnar's not here tonight. Boom. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you why. Because Brock Lesnar is an entitled piece of crap that hides behind his contract. We are less than 6 short weeks away from WrestleMania, and the Universal Champion can't be bothered to show up on Raw. And you know what? He wasn't at the Elimination Chamber last night either. You want to know where he was? Because I'll tell you. Because he was in Las Vegas. But he didn't show up at the Elimination Chamber, no. He was over on the Strip taking pictures with Dana White for UFC social media. Yeah. You know why? Because Brock Lesnar doesn't respect any of you. He doesn't respect me. He doesn't respect any of the guys in the back. Brock Lesnar doesn't respect this business. And you know what? All the guys in the back and me are getting tired of him. You know, we bust our asses all over the world week in and week out so Brock Lesnar can show up whenever he wants to, when the money's right. And I know Brock and Paul Heyman are going to come out here and talk about, well, it's just business. You know what? There's a very fine line between business and respect. And you know what? Speaking of business, I was born into this business. My blood is this business. And he talks a little bit about his family lineage running through the business and whatnot. You know, and like I said, there's a very fine line between business and respect. The fact of the matter is, I don't respect Brock Lesnar. And I sure as hell don't fear that bitch. Now, if you excuse me, I'm gonna go. If you excuse me, I'm gonna go in the back and take my ass chewing like a man. Because unlike some people, I still care about and respect this place. you may give promo feedback.
It was a good promo.
Hmm.
Probably the best promo Reigns has ever cut. So, good job, Cena. You have taught the boy well.
Mm.
That is what happens when you take notes from the master.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, he could be bothered to show up because this little bitch dog wanted too much money.
Yeah.
And the other one took his ball and went to SmackDown, so yeah.
Yeah.
So now this really is Roman's yard.
Well, we'll see how long that takes before Cena's WrestleMania opponent shows up. Then that'll be up for debate.
Well, if he is fighting Cena, it's probably going to be his last match because this is the match that he himself wanted for his retirement match.
Fair enough.
So my prediction is if Taker does fight Cena at WrestleMania, it will be the last match. It'll be his retirement match, and he will headline the Hall of Fame next year. That's my prediction. Because I don't see Taker agreeing to this match if it's not the final match, since he named Cena his final opponent, and Vince told him no, and now it looks like he's telling him yes. So, yeah, I don't know.
Mm.
But anyway, score the Roman Reigns.
All right. Promo to Roman Reigns.
Pipe bomb, so that's an extra 5 points.
Correct. So Roman will
Pipe
get 10
bomb.
points.
And the crowd actually cheered for him.
They did. They gave him a nice cheer when he was leaving. So that's good. Props to him.
Indeed.
So we then see a pre-tape promo from Braun Strowman, who talks about how he shut Elias up last night. But tonight for Elias, he's going to play a symphony of pain.
Now, speaking of this, did you hear the supposed match for WrestleMania involving these gentlemen?
I did not, but hang on. Let me give Braun Strowman his promo points.
Because it made me facepalm and just go, you uninspired hacks.
Okay, what are they going to do?
Elimination Chamber rematch for the Intercontinental title.
Okay.
Literally, everyone in the Elimination Chamber, minus Cena, minus Reigns, for the Intercontinental title.
Okay, so it's not really a rematch when you're short 2 of the 7 dudes.
Yeah, but it's basically it's like, we just saw this match. What the fuck? You uninspired hacks.
It won't be in a chamber this time.
No, but it's still basically going to be the same match because it's going to be the same guys duking it out with something on the line. It's like, come on.
Yeah, but depending on how that match is booked, especially given that it's WrestleMania, it's probably going to be a one fall to a finish as opposed to an elimination.
Yeah. And I will say, if Strowman doesn't win, then WWE's fucked up if they're in that match. Because, come on, he went through the entire Elimination Chamber and eliminated everybody.
And then lost to Roman Reigns.
But Roman Reigns isn't going to be in this match, so therefore Braun should just win easily, hands down.
Theoretically.
Because they don't have Roman Reigns and John Cena to be the equalizers now.
It's true.
They're literally, their muscle is gone. Braun is the muscle in this match. And if hitting all your finishers on Braun, fucking shield bombing Braun, fucking hitting more finishers on Braun doesn't keep him down, you're not going to keep him down long enough to pin anybody else, I guarantee you.
Yeah, we'll see.
But I just don't think this match should happen. I'm like, really? That's your bright idea? Let's take everyone who fucking lost, throw them back into a match together, and put a belt on the line. I'm like, that's your bright idea, WWE creative? Really?
Yep.
I really hope that isn't true, but that's what the reports are saying, and I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, we'll see. Because the reports I saw was that Braun was the contingency plan in case any of the feuds fell through before WrestleMania.
He is. In which case, he would just probably be removed from the match, and everyone else would be put into that match. Also, the other potential rumor is that with this match, they're going to put the belt on Elias, since they seem to be pretty high on him. But I'm like, if Braun's in the match, that would make no sense. If Braun's not in the match, I could conceivably see him winning this. Although I think there are other men in this match that deserve it more than he does.
Fair enough.
And I like Elias. I think he deserves opportunity.
Okay. All right, let's continue on. So after Braun's promo, we go back to the ring, where it has been decided that we're finally going to settle this Bar versus Titus Worldwide thing with a 2 out of 3 falls match.
This was pointless. Because not only did the Bar win, but they dominated them 2-0. I'm like, what the fuck? It's like, if you're going to make it a 2 out of 3 falls match, and you're going to dick over Titus Worldwide, at least let them get one fall. Come on.
But they wanted to make the Bar look really over the top good, so that they could cut that post match promo where they talked about how there's nobody for them to face at WrestleMania because they've beaten the whole division, so that presumably a new team can come in and face them at WrestleMania and look really good when they beat the Bar and take the titles.
Potentially,
yeah.
I think they should just have War Machine show up.
There you go. We shall see. Anywho. So the match opens right up as Cesaro runs in the ring and then slides out the other side, which distracts Titus, who turns around into a bro kick from the legal man Sheamus for an immediate pinfall. Just establishing dominance right out of the gate.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be one elimination to the Bar. And then the match went on. There was some back and forth, but the Bar still came out victorious off the second fall via a double team on Apollo.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. So we will do Titus Worldwide first.
Yep, and I had to point out to someone in the comments section of this match on WWE's YouTube channel when they said they were talking about Titus Worldwide and saying that Apollo's the one with the talent and Dana and Titus are there just because. And I stepped in and I said, and remind me again, which one of them is the former tag team champion?
And what did they say to that?
I haven't gotten a response.
Fair enough.
So I don't know if they just didn't see it or if it just shut them up. Because, yes, that's right. For those who remember, millions of dollars. They were tag team champions once upon a time.
Yep.
Therefore, by accolades, I think Titus has more talent because he's an actual champion. He holds gold, dude. Now, athletically speaking, Apollo's all over that shit. He's hella good in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Titus definitely has the experience, and especially the experience being on top of the mountain, that Apollo just doesn't have and won't have until he gets that gold.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes it all the more mind-boggling how they're booking Titus Worldwide with Titus not seeing half this shit. When I'm like, dude, you're a former champion. You should be all over this shit. What the hell?
You would think. You would think.
Yeah. Also, Dana's obviously not doing her job as statistician. Because obviously they have yet to be able to win anything big.
Mm-hmm.
Dana, you fail at wrestling and you fail at statistics.
How does she fail at statistics?
I don't see a big win since she's come on board, do you?
Yeah, that's not her fault. She writes a statistic after they win, not to write a statistic to make them win. Do you know how statistics work?
Yes, but they should use said statistics to help them win the next match, which obviously hasn't helped.
Anyway. Apollo gets 5 points for being in the match, and one move is 6 points to Apollo. Puts him at 160. Titus gets 5 points for being in the match, and 2 moves is 7 points to Titus. Dana Brooke gets accompaniment points. And we go over to the winners there. I believe if I see this properly, let's see.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, it looks like Sheamus was the legal man for both pinfalls, so.
Fair.
So Cesaro will get 15 points for being on the winning team. And was this for the tag titles?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it was.
Just checking. So then Cesaro will get, let's see, 15 points for being on the winning team. 15 points for retention of the tag titles is 30. And one move is 31 points to Cesaro. No, wait, that's a lie. 5 for competing. 36 points to Cesaro. $98. That's 08, 18, 328. And then we have a Sheamus, who will get 20 points for winning the match. He'll get 15 for retention of the tag titles is 35. 5 for competing is 40. And 5 moves is 45 points to Sheamus. Actually, let me correct that. 45 to Sheamus. Plus 10 for winning a specialty match is 55. 3 for being in a specialty match is 58 points to Sheamus. It's 335 for Sheamus.
And since it's a specialty match, don't the others
I have to give
get
3 points
specialty
to
match
others.
points?
Yeah, I forgot. So give 3 points to the other 3 in the match. And then Titus gets an extra 3 points. 144. And then 3 points to Apollo is 163. Okay.
An accompaniment to Dana Brooke.
You already gave
I already gave her
to
that.
Brooke.
Okay, I didn't hear that one. Fair enough.
Let's see here.
Oh, also
Apollo,
give
okay.
you got it. Yeah, give Sheamus another extra 3 because he got he got the first fall in that match, so he gets an extra point for the fall. 3 points for the fall. 338.
Cesaro. 3, so it's 331.
Did you give them promo points too?
We're gonna get to that.
Just give it to them. That's all it was a promo.
No, we're gonna get to it. Let Tiff catch up.
There is one last one missing. Oh, Cesaro for the pin. Okay, for the elimination.
No, Sheamus for the pin.
What did I just say?
You said Cesaro.
3, it's 338.
We don't just
Wait,
set the bar. We are the bar.
I gives him 3 for the. Did we already give him the 3 for the second pin?
I already added it.
Okay. Okay. I just wanted
338.
to ask.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and then Sheamus and Cesaro will get 5 for the post-match promo.
Nope, that is wrong on my side. Continue.
Okay. So, we then get a Hall of Fame package for Warrior Award recipient Jarius J.J. Robertson, whom we mentioned earlier. We then get a video package about the feud between Braun and Elias, and we then cut to Elias in the ring for a song. No.
Who wants to walk with Elias?
Correct. He talks about last night's match not going as
Better on
planned for him.
guitar than he is singing.
What?
It's better on guitar than he is singing.
Yeah. Travis made the point that he thinks that he's intentionally singing badly.
Have we ever heard him seen anything of him singing very well? For lack of better words.
No, but that might be the point.
Anyway, he says he's still focused on WrestleMania 34 and starts talking about Strowman, but then gets interrupted by Strowman. And Elias takes on Braun Strowman in what is actually the main event.
Oh, I got main
Okay,
event
then.
points.
What?
I said I got main event points.
You do.
Okay.
So basically, they fight each other. Basically, Braun beats up Elias for a while. And Elias does stun Braun with a boot briefly, but Braun just takes control back. And the match ends after Elias tries to escape by crawling under the ring. And when Braun pulls him back out, Elias is wielding a fire extinguisher, which he blasts Braun in the face with, resulting in a DQ.
Because he knew he couldn't win against Braun.
Precisely. Because he is a chicken shit.
There's only one man who can legitimately win against Braun. And Braun should have
You're either
beaten
going
him
to
by
say
now.
Brock Lesnar.
Yep.
You were going to say either Brock Lesnar or you're going to say Roman Reigns.
Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns did not legitimately win one-on-one. Because there's no way Roman Reigns would have been able to do all of that damage on his own. That's physically impossible. Brock Lesnar, on the other hand, welcome to Suplex City.
Mm-hmm. Let's go, Jimmy Jim, Jimmy Jim, Jim Jim Jim.
Jimmy Jim. All right. So, this is off a DQ, which gives Braun the victory. But it's off a DQ, so it doesn't matter a damn. So, Elias would get 5 points for competing, -4 for intentionally getting himself disqualified. It's 1 point for competing. 3 for an evasion of one of Braun's moves at one point is 4. And then 4 for being in the main event is 8 points to Elias. And then Braun will get 5 for competing. It's an unintentional DQ win, so he doesn't get any extra points for that. Bless you. So he does get himself, let's see. For the DQ, he will get himself 5 points for competing. He'll get 9 for being in and winning the main event, so that's 14. Oops. I need to close that. 14, and then one move
Where do you
is
get the 14? Where do you get the
get-
9, actually?
being in and winning the main event.
Okay.
4 for being in the main
okay.
event, and 5 for winning it.
Okay.
So he gets 9 for that, then he gets 5 for actually competing in a match, period, is 14.
Okay.
And then, despite beating Elias for a while, he only actually hit one official move, which was a running splash in the corner. So that's going to give Braun 15 points. That puts him at 393. Also, Elias had a weapon use, so he'll get 3 for that I forgot about. So post-match, and this is all included in the points we already awarded for moves, Elias continues to spray Strowman and then start beating on him. Strowman manages to connect with the right hand, however, and so Elias runs for it. Braun chases him up the ramp, knocks him down, and picks him up as he's going to the announce table looking for a running power slam, but Elias rakes Braun across the eyes and then runs away. Braun chases Elias to the backstage area, but Elias gets away as a limousine pulls into the parking lot next to Braun, which he just looks at and then walks away. Oh, there we go. So I guess, I don't know. Would the two of them get post-match assault for continuing to fight after the match was over?
I don't think so because nobody hit any.
No.
Nobody
Okay,
hit
we
anything.
won't worry about it then.
Because all there was chasing.
Yeah, fair enough. So post-match, after that match, we find out that Nia Jax is going to face Asuka in an Elimination Chamber rematch next week. And then we go to the main event where Triple H and Stephanie make their way down to the ring. They get on the mic, and Stephanie says that last night's contract signing with Ronda Rousey was ruined by one man, Raw General Manager Kurt Angle. And she says that Angle flipped out and made some shit up, and that Ronda was out of line in putting her husband through a table. She says that Ronda acted out of savage instinct and tells her that from now on, she's got to report directly to Stephanie because that kind of behavior does not fly here in the WWE. So she proceeds to call everybody out. She calls out Kurt, but then Ronda comes out instead, and Angle comes out behind her and tries to calm her down. Triple H and Stephanie slide out of the ring as Rousey enters, and Angle follows her, continuing to try to calm her down. Rousey gets a mic and says that she meant every word last night and is happy to be in WWE, but she's never been slapped before and refuses to be disrespected. Angle says he understands, but this is a different world and Rousey has to work within the system. He says he needs this job and that he lied last night in the pay-per-view. Triple H and Stephanie re-entering the ring as Angle talks about how he's had double pneumonia for like weeks and doesn't even know what he said last night, and then he's going to the doctor to get checked out right after the show, and that he apologizes for making things up, and Stephanie thanks him for that and says that they should put all this behind them and that they will make Ronda Rousey the star that she deserves to be. Rousey says seems okay with this, but addresses with Stephanie that this points out to Stephanie that this does not address the slap to the face. And that Stephanie needs to apologize for this. Stephanie steps up looking mad as if she's not going to apologize, but Ronda says that if you don't apologize, I will not hesitate to rip your arm out of its socket. So Stephanie takes a moment to think about this and proceeds to apologize, saying that she's sorry. She reacted to Ronda putting her husband through a table, but it's no excuse, and that she's very, very sorry, and welcomes Ronda again to the WWE.
And mind you, Steph was being facetious the whole time. Because Steph.
And as the Authority begins to leave the ring, Triple H takes a moment to cheap shot Kurt in the face.
So, Olympians versus has-beens.
As Kurt goes down to the ground, and Ronda checks on him as Triple H and Stephanie leave. Bless you.
That was a cough. But thank you.
It's not like a sneeze. As Raw goes off the air.
So yeah, apparently WrestleMania, Olympians versus has-beens.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. So
that's a promo to everybody involved in that exchange.
Yeah.
So, Ronda Rousey.
Except for Triple H gets assault points.
Now, one punch is not an assault. We're not going to count that.
Also, now having seen that, yeah, that's like her jacket because it was form-fitting. It wasn't Piper's jacket. So they apparently made her a jacket that looks like Piper's jacket for her use in WWE.
Cool. And then we got those two. We got Triple H.
And also, someone pointed this out, and I didn't know this because I don't watch UFC. But apparently, because people have been complaining about her theme song, about like, oh, she shouldn't have this theme song, blah, blah, blah. And someone pointed out, well, this is her theme song.
Yeah.
This is the theme song she used in UFC. And I was like, oh, well, then that makes complete and total sense.
Now I'm stuck in my head.
Let's go ahead and finish scoring, and then I have something to talk about Ronda Rousey.
We finished scoring. I think
Yep, we're
we
good.
did all. Yep.
Okay. So, as of 11 hours ago, coming from Snip Daily on MSN, anyone here familiar with Chris Cyborg?
Nope.
It's a UFC fighter.
Yes. Who had a match tonight, actually. I don't know if she won or not. But apparently she's challenged Ronda Rousey in the WWE.
Yeah.
Because she's like, she doesn't think Rousey will accept, because she goes, and I quote, if she don't fight in MMA, I don't think she gonna agree to fight in WWE. And Cyborg noted that her beef with Rousey is over, but if this is not a challenge, we don't know what is. So, could this be a possible match for Rousey in WWE? Could the longtime rumors of Chris Cyborg wanting to sign a deal with WWE, could it be true? Could she be signing a deal to come over? Because there had been a rumor that she wanted to, or that WWE was going to sign her for like a couple of years, but that hasn't happened. But if she has outright challenged Ronda Rousey to a wrestling match in WWE, could it now become a reality? Could Chris Cyborg actually come to the WWE? What say you, Mustachio?
Could be. Be interested to see it if it happens.
Yeah. But I just thought I came across that and I was like, oh, I should probably mention that. That could be interesting. All right, on to SmackDown, where I see my hopes and dreams crushed by the Golden Shovel.
Nah.
Fuck the Golden Shovel.
Yeah.
It's a golden
Okay,
shovel.
Cena. First of all, scores.
Yeah.
Let's fire this up here. Here we go. Refreshing the data.
I'm gonna see if I'm refreshing the data.
All right. In the lead at 52.66 is the Blissful Ride of Justice, followed at 5,008 by Balor Club Worldwide. And still in last at 39.35 is me.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm not catching her. I told you she was going to be way ahead. With all these main event wins, pay-per-view wins, yeah. I was right.
Thought you liked being right.
Not all the time.
I'm only saying no because I'm...
Because you're...
I missed something by 1 point, but it's no big deal. I'll fix it later.
Yeah, okay. All right. SmackDown Live.
Mm-hmm.
Just smack it down it.
Yes. Coming from the Staples Center in LA. We open up with the commentators welcoming us to the program, and then John Cena. He gets in the ring and talking about not having a road to WrestleMania, and he wants a shot at the WWE title at Fastlane. Shane McMahon comes out to interrupt him and questions Cena wanting to put himself in the title picture. But Daniel Bryan comes out to interrupt next and says they will give Cena an opportunity because that's what they do on SmackDown. And Bryan says that if Cena wins his match tonight, he'll be in the WWE Championship match at Fastlane. He reveals that tonight Cena will have to face none other than the WWE Champion AJ Styles in a non-title match. And if he wins, he'll earn a spot in the title match at Fastlane. Shane seems to approve of this idea, and they yes chant to commercial. So, promo to Cena.
Would Bryan and Shane also get promo points?
No, this isn't directly related to their feud or anything.
Even though it directly affects the match that they're feuding over. Affects the match that the men that they're feuding over are in.
Yeah, because it's not directly related to them.
Hey.
Unless Tiff disagrees.
I don't care. I don't have either one of them, so whatever.
I'm thinking no.
Okay, moving on. We see some pre-tape promos for the Mixed Match Challenge. Nobody cares. Our opening match for the night is Baron Corbin versus Sami Zayn.
Baron Corbin loses.
Baron Corbin
I
lost?
think.
No, Baron Corbin won.
Oh.
Fuck you, Corbin. Yeah, see, I got talking about SmackDown. I got completely shafted on SmackDown. So thanks, Jim.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
So
what
yeah,
can I say except you're welcome? Oh, the moon, the stars in the sky. What can I say except you're welcome? I'm just an ordinary demigod. You're welcome.
Sing along with James Phoenix.
You're welcome.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. You got a free sing along with James Phoenix.
Yes.
Although that is proof that it doesn't matter that potentially I'm going to get the majority of the points at the pay-per-view. It's not going to be enough.
Well, we'll find out. Also, you can thank you for just saving us, because now if WWE tries to copyright us on those posters earlier and Disney hits us with a song, they'll cancel each other out and we won't get hit.
But Disney can't do it. Can't copyright strike us for the song because you sang the song. There was no Disney material here at all, except for the fact that they wrote the song.
Well,
you can't copyright someone for actually singing the song. They copyright a lot of those people for the background tracks, which they completely rip off of whoever, from the actual song or from a karaoke version of it.
If there's one thing that's proved true on YouTube, it's that corporations can copyright strike whoever the hell they want because nobody has the influence or authority to stop them.
I don't think Disney will copy. Disney doesn't do that. They actually like when people, cover their shit.
Sometimes. Moving on. So, Sami Zayn lost this match.
Well, they just sent Brian Hall a whole bunch of free Star Wars shit for being a great impressionist.
Okay, then. Anyway, Kevin Owens is on commentary for this match, by the way. So we'll go ahead and give Kevin Owens commentary points.
He did nothing to help his boy. Fuck you, Kevin Owens.
They don't like each other anymore.
Oh.
Because they turned on each other previously, even though Sami turned around and said that in this match they could eliminate everybody else and he would lay down for KO. I don't know if KO actually believes that.
I don't think it's going to happen.
No, I don't think it will. Especially not with John Cena added to the match, but we'll get there. So he's on commentary. And then we have the match back and forth. We see that Shane and Bryan are watching in the back, as is Dolph Ziggler in a different area. And so by the time the match is over, we have ourselves a winner in Baron Corbin. So Sami Zayn lost. He had no moves as far as I can gather.
Well, that's just fucking great.
Unfortunately. He did control a decent portion of the match, but unfortunately he didn't really hit any well-known moves as far as I can tell. So Sami Zayn got himself 5 points for being in a match. And that's about it. All right. Meanwhile, Baron Corbin won this match. And he gets himself 20 for winning this match. He gets 5 for being in this match, is 25. And 5 moves is 30 points to Baron Corbin. Also, there was a nice spot here where Zayn attempted a suicide dive, but Corbin caught him and then launched Zayn into the announce table. So that was cool. So as I said, Baron Corbin gets 30 points.
Fuck you, Corbin.
Clap, 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 clap. All right. Meanwhile, on the outside of the ring, Dolph Ziggler comes out of nowhere and attacks Kevin Owens at the ringside area. So that's an assault to Dolph Ziggler.
Puts him at 100 even.
Yep. An assault to Dolph Ziggler, who also then attacks Corbin from behind after the match with a zigzag. So that's a point for a move is 5. So 5 points to Dolph Ziggler.
105?
No,
Or 101?
No, 101, because he had 4 for the thing and then 1 for the move. So
Okay.
101. All right. We come back to Shane and Daniel in the back, who are disagreeing about the treatment of Team Cammy. Brian then says he's leaving for the night, so it sounds like Shane is in charge by himself. So that is argument over Team Cammy. That does constitute storyline, so Shane and Brian will get promo for that.
Okay, wait, before we do that, can we go back in the ring? Didn't Baron Corbin do something to Dolph Ziggler or something, or did I miss that?
No, I counted that. Dolph Ziggler attacked him and hit him with a zigzag.
Oh, so okay.
Ziggler attacks Corbin from behind with a zigzag. That was what happened.
Alright. I thought Baron Corbin did come back with something or something. I don't know.
Nope. Not according to what I've written anyway. Or not according to what the recapper wrote anyway.
Maybe I'm thinking of something else, that's all.
You might be.
So we could promo to Daniel and Shane.
Correct. So Shane will go up to
You're
72.
correct, madam.
And Daniel Bryan is down here. He will go up to 67. Okay. So following all of that, Team Cammy confronts Shane in the back about this and complain about Ziggler attacking. And Shane informs them that Daniel Bryan is left for the night, so they'll be dealing with him for the rest of the night.
Daniel Bryan should be at 66.
How do you figure?
Because he was already at 61 and promo points is only 5.
Thank you. Okay. Team Cammy will, I guess, get it. I'll give a mini promo for complaining to Shane. We'll throw them each 3 points.
Three, 7,
And 235 for KO.
35 for KO.
All right. Next, we have a women's match of Ruby Riott versus Naomi. The Riott Squad, Charlotte, and Becky are all at ringside for this match. So that's accompaniment to the Riott Squad members and Charlotte and Becky. It's 83 for Becky Lynch. And Charlotte's at 151. And then we got, let's see, Liv Morgan. And that's 5. That's puts at 138. And then Sarah Logan. Wow, I remembered them. Holy shit. 146. All right.
151. Sarah Logan. Morgan. What's her first name? Liv Morgan.
Which one?
That's it.
Yeah, Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan.
That's probably the only way I could remember.
Yep.
It's by their last names because they sound the same.
Yep. All right. So, then we have Ruby Riott is the victor of this match via the Riott kick. So we'll start off with Naomi, who gets 5 for being in the match, and 2 moves is 7 points to Naomi. Is 115. And then Ruby Riott gets 20 for winning, 5 for competing is 25, and 1 for the Riott kick is 26 points to Ruby Riott. 86 and 6 is 192. All right. You good, Tiff?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Surprisingly, I'm still weak.
That's good. So after this, Charlotte and Biggie chase a riot squad off. We end that. We then come back to the Fashion Police, who are interrupted by an actor from the show from Unsolved.
Josh Duhamel.
Is that what it is? It's Josh Duhamel? Okay.
Yeah.
And the Fashion Police taunt him by saying that all their cases get solved and they could help solve his case. The New Day walks in then, and they then make some Big E Langston and Big E Smalls puns.
Yeah, I remember that.
Relating to the Unsolved series, which of course has been very prominent in regards to the case of the murder of Biggie Smalls and Tupac Shakur. So that is a promo to the Fashion Police and the New Day.
We'll just add Josh Duhamel over here. Just kidding.
No. So, we got Fandango. 61. We got Breezy Bella.
Why Breezy Bella?
Because he did that once. He dressed up like Nikki Bella once and he was Breezy Bella. And it's funny to call him that. Alright, 5 to him. Alright, and then we got the New Day. Since I'm already down here, that's Xavier, which will put him at 202.
Just
and then Kofi we'll get 5, which will put him up at 172. And then Big E will put him at 148. All right.
I did Big E, I did Kofi. We want Tyler Breeze, and we want Xavier. Oh, I must be tired, because why can't I think?
I don't know.
That'd be 59. Tyler Breeze, right? Tyler Breeze is 59.
I don't know.
Because they all got 5 points each, right?
59, yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Be like, dee 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 dee.
Dee.
Gotta make it a little bit entertaining.
I guess so. Anyway, moving along. So the New Day then goes out to the ring, and they proceed to cut a promo about recapturing the tag team titles. And did you see this promo, Tiff?
Vaguely.
I did.
I watched it, but I mean, that was on Monday, and here it is Saturday.
This is on Tuesday. This is SmackDown.
Okay, well, again, this is on Tuesday, and this is Saturday. I didn't exactly rewatch it.
Somebody explain to me the following sentence, please. Big E requests that Kofi spray cologne on his crotch area, and Kofi does several times.
Nope, I don't remember that at all.
No idea why.
No idea why, but I don't remember that at all. Why? What did they say?
That just seems bizarre. I don't know what that sentence means.
It is bizarre. And he proceeds to do it again.
It's not Barzar. They're not the bar. That's on Raw.
I didn't say that.
It sounded like you said that.
Clean the wax out of your ears.
That's a joke, son. All right. So anyway, they discuss their strategy for Fastlane and how they'll go on to party in New Orleans for WrestleMania as the tag team champions, but they're interrupted by the Usos, who come out and trash the New Day for dancing and dressing like Skittles. The Usos say they've been overlooked for WrestleMania year after year, and they won't be on the sideline anymore. But the New Day counters that they didn't get here because of their daddy, like the Usos. Big E then gets in their face, they slap the mic away from him, and the teams are in each other's faces when the Bludgeon Brothers interrupt, and the Usos proceed to leave And then the New Day leaves right behind them as the Bludgeon Brothers stand tall in the ring
with their Mjolnirs.
with their Mjolnirs.
I'd also like to point out the New Day didn't say anything. Big E cut the promo. At least on the Usos. They might have talked like before they came out and stuff, but they obviously, talking to Kofi and all that. But Big E is the one that cut the promo. Now, people have said that this was an amazing promo by the Usos and the New Day. I disagree.
Okay.
I don't know how you feel about it, Jim, but I feel Big E's promo was fucking amazing. I was like, whoa, where did that come from? That was a good promo. The Usos just kind of seemed like more of the same, and I don't know. I don't like their promo style, and I just don't think it's very good. I thought this promo was better than a lot of the promos they've cut prior, but I wouldn't have classified it as amazing.
Fair enough.
What do you think?
I haven't seen the promo.
Oh, I thought you saw the promo since you asked a question about it.
I asked a question about it because the line was written here and I didn't understand it because I hadn't seen the promo.
Oh, yeah, because I didn't see the first part of the promo. But what I saw of it, what WWE put up of it, it was after the Usos came out. I know it wasn't WWE. It was someone else that put it up. It was after the Usos came out, so I wasn't aware there was stuff before it. But yeah, Big E's part was fucking amazing. I was like, whoa, what the hell? Cut promos like that, Big E. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Because he got all serious and pissed off and shit. And I'm like, wow, he can actually cut a halfway decent promo. Yeah, it's like he can cut a halfway decent promo that's not a jokey promo. Holy shit. Also, as other people pointed out that I 100% agree with, the whole crack, while it was a great crack, the crack about, we didn't get where we were because of our daddies.
Mm-hmm.
That was a great crack, but as people pointed out, 100% incorrect. Well, not 100%, maybe 95% incorrect.
Okay.
Because the Usos owe the majority, if not all of their success, to their uncle Umaga. Because Umaga was the one, from what I understand, from what I heard and read and stuff, apparently before WWE, the Usos were getting drunk in bars. And Umaga went and grabbed him and said, no, y'all go into the WWE Performance Center. Or whatever constituted the Performance Center back in those days. And so he's the one that dragged them in and got them to try out for WWE and got them into WWE. And had I known that, then their entire gimmick would have made sense. Because if you think about it, the gimmick they had when they came in, all the way down to well, maybe not the music so much, that's their music, but all the way down to their look, the face paint and everything, and even to down to their moveset, it's all in tribute to Umaga. Everything about it is Umaga, if you think about it. The butt splash, the Samoan splash, the super kicks, the face paint, the kind of tribal dancing thing, that was everything that Umaga did as a WWE superstar. It was all in tribute to him, where WWE attributes it to Rikishi, who did 10% of that. And I mean, yes, obviously Rikishi had a hand in them getting to WWE as well because he's Rikishi, but most of it goes to Umaga, and all of everything they do is tribute to him, not to their father. And I was like, oh, yeah. So I was like, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Fair enough.
I'm sure they have little tributes to their father in there, here and there. I mean, obviously it's their father; they love him, so probably, and he's a legend. But so yeah, the people pointed out, they were like, yeah, great crack, kind of wrong, and I was like, oh, okay, fair enough.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I thought Big E's part of the promo was actually really good. I was like, okay, you can cut a promo, cool.
Fair enough.
Usos, you still suck.
All right. Promos to the Usos and the New Day.
Yeah. So I have to wonder. What's that?
I don't remember the New Day, the Usos coming out.
Yeah, that was the whole promo, was them two, and then the Bludgeon Brothers interrupted them.
Oh yeah, now I remember. Bing.
Then that makes me a little bit worried because I have to wonder: are they going to give the titles to the New Day at Fastlane?
I doubt it.
You think they're going to wait for WrestleMania for that?
I think the Usos will fight the New Day at Fastlane to get them through the program, and then I think the Usos will drop the titles to the Bludgeon Brothers at WrestleMania.
That would make me sad.
Let's see.
So you think the New Day is just a holdover feud?
I think so.
Fair.
The Usos. That would be 41. 51. Also, the Bludgeon Brothers will get 3 points for showing up.
Why didn't they have a match?
No, they just showed up and chased off the other 2 teams. They just stood there. They did nothing.
They looked menacing.
Yeah, basically. And by the way, Kofi, before I forget, it's 5. And then Xavier. Get his 5. 7. All right. Whenever you're ready to.
I just keep going back to the see if there's any comments on our thing there.
Mm.
Who's ever watching? We had somebody comment asking what's the link, what's the hangout link so I can join the conversation.
Well, at least we have viewers.
And
That
then
was probably Simon.
No, it wasn't. It was somebody else called. I'm not sure if I'm going to be pronouncing his last name correctly, but Carl Dickwed, Dikwed.
Okay.
And then GMX 2123 says Adam Cole, Bay, Bay.
Yeah, Adam Cole's a badass. I will give you that.
Unfortunately, we don't really cover NXT on this show, but we are aware of it, and we are Adam Cole fans, so yay, he is awesome.
Indeed.
But that's the
And,
only comments right now so far.
Thank you, the two of you, for watching our show. That
Yes, we appreciate that.
Things to us.
Oh no, that's not right. Oh, shoot, still the wrong button.
Okay. Anyway.
Funky monkey on a popsicle stick.
What the fuck?
I hit a wrong button here somewhere and I can't fix it.
Fix it.
Okay, I know this
Got it.
has nothing to do with WWE, but I have to mention this because what the fuck? This made me facepalm. Apparently, Tomb Raider Barbie is a thing.
Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be?
Yeah.
Because apparently we're getting Alicia Vikander in Barbie form.
When they have already done that when Tomb Raider came out.
Well, the new movie hasn't come out yet. This is for the new movie.
Well, okay, but forget that Angelina Jolie was played in the original movie.
Yeah, I don't think they did one for that, but this made me feel I was like, really? And it's $30. What the fuck?
I feel like I'm missing something. Where is...
But anyway.
I don't think I gave any points to him. Where's Fandango sitting at? I think I forgot him.
Fandango didn't do anything?
Didn't they do
61. He was in the backstage promo earlier.
Ah, fair enough.
He's at 61 by my count.
Okay.
Okay, you good?
Yeah. Should be, hopefully. If I don't, I'll figure it out later.
Fair.
What the? Well, okay, random. Something I'm going to mention to you when we get off the air later. Okay. Anyway, moving along, we then see footage earlier of Rusev Day approaching Shane McMahon and saying that they want an opportunity, and Shane gives one, booking Aiden in a one-on-one match tonight against Shinsuke Nakamura.
Rusev Day.
So that's a...
But what is the opportunity for?
It's just a match against Shinsuke.
That's not an opportunity. That's a death warrant.
Yeah, well.
Okay. Shinsuke comes out victorious anyway.
Like I said, that's not a.
Anyway, that's a
Like I said,
promo
that's
to
not an opportunity.
anyway, that's a promo to Aiden and Rusev. It's 102 for Aiden. And then Rusev 7. All right. So following this, Bobby Roode does an interview in the back where Randy Orton quickly interrupts and announces his intentions on capturing the U.S. title. So promo to Randy Orton and Bobby Roode.
His look with his new hair makes him look completely different compared to what he used to look like.
It's true, it does.
I think it makes him look a little bit younger than before.
Well, it
Or
should.
older.
Young was the last
Can't
time that he
tell.
actually had hair around here.
Yep.
Let's look back at his old original matches, back in his Blue Tights days, as I like to call them.
I do have to say I don't like him with hair, if only because I don't think the hair look fits current build Randy Orton.
Mm.
Because if you remember back in the days when he had hair, he was not as muscular. He was skinnier.
Yeah.
Now Randy Orton's like fucking huge.
Mm-hmm.
Besides, I think bald Randy Orton looks more like a badass, and I kind of like him that way.
Mm.
It fits the whole out of nowhere theme better, in my opinion. But maybe that's just me.
Mm.
You don't care.
No,
Of course I
he's
care.
not.
Moving on.
Again, you don't care.
Of course I care. I think his hair looks weird on him. All I'm saying. Moving on. When they go out to the ring, where Aiden English and Rusev come down, and Aiden English sings a song as Rusev cheers him on. So, again, promo to Aiden and Rusev.
Okay.
Are we giving Aiden English a promo because he was singing?
Yes.
Because I was gonna say because he does have a match coming up.
He does. We're going to get to that. Also, Rusev will get accompaniment while we're doing Rusev, so he'll get promo and accompaniment.
10 points. Yeah.
Well, actually, did Rusev say anything in the promo, or is he just walking down there shouting things off mic? Because if so, we'll just give him the accompaniment.
I don't remember him saying anything.
Then we're just going to give Rusev the accompaniment then, so fuck it. Rusev gets 6.
Accompaniment.
No, wait,
is 6?
accompaniment is 5. What the hell am I talking
I
about?
was
Thank
gonna
you.
say.
So it's 122.
You are losing it.
Sorry.
I would have to agree.
Yeah, I don't care. Moving on. Aiden English
I don't
takes on Aiden English takes on Shinsuke Nakamura.
Nobody is ready for Nakamura.
He's going to beat you on SmackDown Live.
Yes. Yeah, that'll be his thing. I'm going to beat you.
Anyway, so yeah, Shinsuke Nakamura does in fact win this match, obviously.
Shinsuke's gonna beat you.
Basically. So that happens. So Aiden English will get 5 points for being in a match tonight. He did not hit any moves, so he's just going to get 5 more points. And 113. All right.
112.
112. Thank you. I just realized it myself when you said it. 112. And then Shinsuke Nakamura gets 20 for winning a match. He gets 5 for being in a match. He gets 3 moves. Is 28 points to Shinsuke Nakamura. 48 and 5 is 253. All right. All right. Whenever you're good, Tiff. Yeah.
Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Okay, I'm good.
Really, cops are teaching dogs to fist bump. What the fuck?
Probably.
Are you that bored over there that you're watching another video?
I'm not watching any videos, but yes, I'm that bored.
He's watching videos.
I am not watching any videos.
Yes.
No, I'm looking at news articles. That's right, people. I'm actually looking at the news for once.
You and the news.
It's going on 10 to 3. Are we almost done?
We're getting there.
Okay, let's go.
All right. Calm yourself, Iago.
No, I won't, Jaffa.
You had better. Anyway, as Nakamura is leaving, Cena's entrance interrupts his exit as John Cena comes to the ring. And we go to our main event of John Cena versus the WWE Champion AJ Styles in a non-title match. If Cena wins, he is entered into the Fastlane main event for the WWE Championship.
Spoiler alert, Jeff. Cena wins.
Who's Jeff Cena?
No, I said spoiler alert, Jeff. Cena wins is what I said.
I know. I was making a joke.
Well, then I guess the...
Fuck you, Cena.
Clap, 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 clap. So yes, John Cena does come out victorious off of an AA.
I think he tried a couple of AAs.
He tried a lot of AAs. AJ avoided a lot of them. He did not avoid the last one. They had a really good back and forth match, as you would expect from these two. They always do.
Yeah.
And so we'll start off with AJ Styles here. AJ Styles is going to get himself, let's see, 5 points for being in a match and 4 for being in the main event. Is 9.
Right.
And 14 moves is going to be 23 points to AJ Styles. One, 3 is 374.
382.
What?
I'm messing you up, which is my job for the day.
Don't do that.
But it's fun.
Anyway, John Cena. John Cena is going to get himself 20 points for winning this match. Shut the fuck up. It's not funny.
You people.
You lost the main event. So as I was saying, John Cena gets 20 points for winning the match here. He's going to get himself 9 for being in and winning the main event.
She's 29.
Which is 29. He's going to get 5 for actually competing, is 34. He has 11 moves, is 34, that goes 45. And then 5 points for AAing AJ Styles through an announce table is going to be a, what does that come out to? A need of 50 points for John Cena, if I've counted that correctly.
Yeah. I can go sleep good tonight now.
Let's see, 50 points to John. Where the fuck is John Cena? There we go. 50. So that's going to put him at, let's see. 114, Tiff? 314 rather? Am I right on that?
Yep.
Okay. Coolio. I think I may have given AJ extra points, but we're going to ignore it. Because I feel bad for Jeff.
Okay.
No, we should go back and correct it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, we're not quite done yet because after the match, Kevin Owens' music hits, but then Baron Corbin runs out of the crowd and attacks John Cena from behind. Team Camby then hit the ring next, and they all start beating down Cena and AJ. Dolph Ziggler then runs in for a save and starts super kicking all the heels in the face. He then hugs AJ as he gets up, but then attacks him and throws him out of the ring. And Cena then drops Ziggler as SmackDown goes off the air.
Oh, this isn't just a confusion of points.
Well, everybody's going to get assault points, and Dolph's going to get 3 finisher points for the super kicks. That's the summation of what happened here.
So 7 to him.
Yeah, let's see. Start off up here. So let's see. Baron Corbin will get 4 for an assault. It's 176. And then what else we got here that was involved in this? Dolph Ziggler will get the 4 for an assault, and then the 3 super kicks is 7 points to him, which is 108. And then we're going to have Kevin Owens will get 4 points. Let's him at 239. And then we're going to have Sami Zayn. I'll jump down here to him real quick. We'll give him another 4, which will be 191. And then...
Wait, 290. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have it right there. You just said it wrong. That's all.
Okay, yeah. And then John Cena also gets it for dropping Ziggler, so then Cena will also get assault points.
So 5.
4. 130.
Right.
318 for him.
Okay.
Okay. And thus endeth the SmackDown. So let's go ahead and check up on the scores there.
Tally it.
Tally it up. Data refresh.
Two
All
bit.
right. What do we got here? In the lead at 54-17 is the Blissful Ride of Justice, followed at 5103 by the Balor Club Worldwide. And in last is still me down at 4,018. Wait, 1,018? No, 4,018. 417. Okay. Does that all jive with your Tiff?
Yep.
Coolio.
Except for the 1 point that's missing that I just gotta find later.
Right. We'll deal with that later. All right. Let's go over to the 205 Live.
Live.
All right. So here we go. We have
It's not working.
a recap of last week's. What's that, Tiff?
So if you're trying to echo, it's not working.
Live.
Live. Very live.
Why are you just trying
Live.
Wow, you must have a true WWE mic. It doesn't work.
Hang on.
Anyway.
Is that better?
There you go.
Anyway, so we open up with a recap of last week's 205, and then we have a selfie promo from Cedric Alexander
Okay.
claiming that TJP can't get into his head and he won't get in the way of his Mania moment. Flip over to Dasha Fuentes interviewing TJP, who says that he thinks it's ridiculous that the first ever champ has to compete in this tournament at all. But since that's the way it is, he's going to walk through Cedric tonight on his way to WrestleMania. So promo to Cedric and TJP.
Let's go, Cedric TJP.
Cedric sucks.
Let's go, Cedric TJP.
Yeah,
I have both, so.
I know. All right. Next, we have the opening match, which is Cedric Alexander versus TJP, and this for the second round of the tournament.
Oh, they're not the main event, huh?
They are not the main event, but they have a good back and forth match, which does result in Cedric Alexander picking up the victory off a lumbar check.
Boo!
After managing to reverse TJP's finisher attempt. So, We do know some points for this.
Oh,
Because the 205 recap started having details. So, we're going to start off with TJP, who's going to get 5 points for being in a match, and 4 moves is 9 points to TJP.
Fair enough.
Which is 126. All right. Cedric Alexander will get 20 points for winning this match. He'll get 5 for being in it, is 25. And he has 12 moves, is 37 points to Cedric. $62.7 is $469. All right. Oh, there we go. Next up, we have a promo from Mustafa Ali, who says that he proved that he could withstand brutality when he survived and beat Jack Gallagher last week. Jack Swagger, where the fuck did that come from?
We the people.
Yeah, pretty much. Or if you're watching him out of the independent circuit, I'm of course referring to the All-American Jake Hager.
What?
Yeah, that's his name.
Okay.
As close as he can get to his real name without being sued. Anyway, he beat Jack Gallagher last week, and then his opponent next week, Buddy Murphy, is a bad dude, but he won't break Ali. Following this, Murphy is interviewed leaving the building, saying that Ali proved that he was tough last week, but he hasn't faced anyone like Buddy yet. The Aussie respects him, but he's waited for this for a long time, and he will hurt Mustafa to get his Mania dream. So, promo to Mustafa and Buddy Murphy.
Fair.
Indeed. And that's 9. Got all that, Tiff? Hello? Oh, we lost Tiff. When the hell did that happen?
Wait, what? She's not in here? Oh, she's not. What the hell?
Oops, we lost Tiff temporarily, folks. Sorry. Live, everybody.
Oh, I hope she comes back.
I hope so, but we shall see.
She is typing to me.
Okay, well, we'll do that. In the meantime, we'll move on. What is she saying to you?
Stupid guy. She says, saying connection was lost, thought it was Jim.
Nope, it's her.
That's what I said.
Okay.
Anyway, moving on while she sorts this out.
Indeed. So we move on after the 2 promos to our main event, which is Roderick Strong versus Kalisto.
Great. So I get no main event points for the entire week. I have AJ, but he didn't win. So
yeah. So Roderick Strong defeated Kalisto via pinfall following the end of Heartache.
That's the name of his finishing move?
That is the name of his finishing maneuver.
Okay, then.
It is a vertical suplex lift into a backbreaker.
Okay, then.
Yep. So, a very fast-paced back-and-forth match between these guys of Kalisto's agility trying to counter Roderick's sheer power, and he was not successful. So, Kalisto will get himself 5 points for being in this. He'll get 4 for being in the main event, is 9. And he'll get 5 for moves, is 14 points to Kalisto.
Well, all right, then.
Indeed. Yes, 28 and 4 is 132. Meanwhile, Roderick Strong claimed a victory here, so he's going to get himself 20 points for winning the match. He'll get 5, 20 points, he'll get 9 for being in and winning the main event is 29. 5 for competing is 34. And 9 moves is 43 points to Roderick Strong. which is ironically exactly the number of points that he had last week, putting him at 86.
Mustafa Ali isn't going to win next week, is he?
I don't know. We'll find out. But let's go over to how's Tiff doing over there?
I don't know. I just asked her. I mean, obviously she's not in here, so.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go on over here. We will check the scores, the final scores for the week. All right. Still in the lead at 54-17 is the Little Ride of Justice, followed in second at 51-64 by the Valor Club Worldwide, and still in last is me at 40-32.
Fair enough.
All right. Let's go to the leaderboards. We'll see who's on the leaderboards.
All right. So, whoops. So Tiff isn't coming back, but we're done anyway. So.
Okay, fair enough. She tells me she's trying.
Yeah.
All right. So, managing to retain his lead is Cedric Alexander in first place at 469. He's followed in second place by Seth freaking Rollins at the highest he's been so far this season. At 446, just 10 points ahead of his buddy Roman Reigns, the #1 contender to the Universal title at 436. Followed by Finn Balor clocking in at 395, just 2 points ahead of the Monster Among Men, Braun Strowman at 393. AJ Styles clocking in at 374, followed by the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka at 345. She's just 2 points ahead of one half of the Raw Tag Champs, Sheamus at 343. Followed by the other half of the Raw Tag Champs, Cesaro at 336. And running out the top 10 is the United States Champion, Bobby Roode at 321.
Hey, we got Tiff back.
Hey, Tiff came back.
And with technical difficulties, the Queen is back. However, it's at the end now, so I guess there wasn't any point.
No, you can see the leaderboards. That's the
Tony
point.
still missed you anyway.
You lie.
Oh.
Look at this face. Does this face lie?
I don't know. Could be a mask.
I'm not Asuka. But anyway, yes, that is the Week in Wrestling.
It is, in fact, the Week in Wrestling. And we, as always, thank you all for joining us on our wonderful little weekly journey.
Absolutely. And now that we know people actually, watch this thing and actually use the chat, maybe we'll start looking at that more. Is Jim just staring in disbelief, or did we lose him?
No, I'm here.
All right.
You're fine.
Fair enough.
Yep.
But yes, y'all have yourselves a good weekend. Enjoy the Oscars tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, that's tomorrow, isn't it?
Well, technically, for me it's tomorrow. For you, it's today. Yeah.
Okay.
For me, it's today.
Fair enough.
And we will see you next week with our Fastlane predictions.
Oh, yeah, that'll be next week, won't it?
Yep.
Think about that. Fair enough. Well, then we'll see you next week, folks. That's awkward.
Adios.
There we go. I'll take that one.